那个后面才能够照到天理那个程度嘛，对不对？
我们是那个法师自己。
对对，法师，
对对，那个 YouTube 是用那个共修的，对。
那他大概他自己要换
他自己啊。
嗯。
We'll head to the right hand side so you can remove your shoes as you enter the shrine. You can neatly put your shoes here and retrieve them, okay, later. Remove your shoes and make sure where you put them, and then head inside all the way in. Go ahead and remove your shoes. Go ahead and remove your shoes and take a seat anywhere towards the front. Take a seat anywhere. Go ahead and take a seat. Face forward, face forward. You can turn the cushions around if you want. You can sit facing forward. Yeah. Face forward. Face me forward, yes. You can turn the small cushions around if you want, okay? Yeah, you can turn the cushions around. Yes, take a seat. Yeah, turn 90 degrees, face forward. Take a seat anywhere towards the front, yes. Come on in, take a seat anywhere towards the front. All right. Go ahead and be comfortable. Turn the cushions around. You can sit facing forward. Yes. All right. Good morning once again. Welcome to the Emita Society. This is what we call the main hall of the building. And this is accompanying me is Venerable Master Chang Le. Chang Le means constant happiness. So he's a reminder for him to be constantly joyful. And that's in our Chinese tradition. When we name our children, we name them in a meaningful way as a reminder. So whenever somebody calls our names, they are reminders for us to be such and such. Just as, so for example, like being strong or being brave or something like that. So when your names are called, you are reminded. So that's a tradition in the Chinese culture when names are given. So before we start, we have a little bit of time. The master will lead us through a guided meditation to calm everybody down so we can be peaceful so that we can enjoy this trip. Is that okay? Yeah. All right. So you can follow the master's instructions and just relax and calm your mind.
I want everyone to relax. And your feet, can you put it up like this?
Yeah.
Try to see if you
Either half lotus flower or full lotus flower. Depends on how flexible you are.
Yes.
Yeah, right leg over left leg or
and relax. Try to relax as best as possible. relax yourself, the more time you can sit. Teacher, can you do that?
Flexible there.
It's a challenge, yes.
That's challenging.
Homework for everybody next time.
Sometimes you can try at home, because it helps you for your knees, also helps for your body. So I would like, if you can have the light turn up a little bit.
Can you turn up the, Kevin, just reduce the light, so it
When
makes it
when we sit meditation, we try not to get our mind wandering around. So what the purpose we do is we turn the lights down. So by that way, we concentrate on meditation. So there's a different kind of meditation that you can focus. You can focus on your breathing out and breathing in, or you can focus your eyes, focus your nose. So you have a point to focus. So what we do is we would like everyone to slightly close your eyes. Nice and yeah, change like her. Okay. Now everyone slightly slow, close your eyes, and then relax. Put away all the wondering to thinking of the wave is going back and forth. And you're walking at a beach. You feel every step when you walk on the sand. And you feel very comfortable and relaxed. Concentrate one point and release all the bad energy away from your body. I keep doing that.
Relax the body. Lose all the tensions. Tensions from the feet, knees, thighs, lower back, upper back, elbows, shoulders, neck. Breathe out all the stress and tensions. And drop your shoulders. Breathe in, you know you're breathing in. Breathe out, you know you're breathing out. Be flexible. very safe, comfortable, and joyful. And as such, you are more and more concentrated, more and more joyful, more and more relaxed. For the next couple of minutes, you remain in that location and you feel the sun rising, the warmth, ray, sunlight feels very comfortable. It feels relaxing. And you look around and all the fun, wonderful things that you see. Perhaps you see a pond that you like, trees that you like, the red flowers, the blue flowers, different colors that you like. And everything makes you feel wonderful. Breathe in, know you're breathing in. Breathe out, know you're breathing out. The sunlight makes you feel joyful and healthy. And you wish to radiate that joy, that loving kindness towards yourself, that you do no harm to yourself, that you do good things. And you radiate that loving kindness towards loved ones, your friends, family, those who care about you, those who you care. And you wish that they are joyful, healthy, and prosperous. And you wish the entire school, all your friends, family, strangers, everybody in your community, also joyful, healthy, and prosperous. And as such, you are even more and more concentrated. Relax the body. Drop your shoulders. And you expand that circle of love and kindness towards the whole world, that everybody is happy, joyful, and prosperous. And you yourself are even more and more joyful. Breathe in and out. Now let's come back. So from the place that you are at, slowly walk back the same path that you walked towards it. Slowly come back. As you come back, you are more relaxed, more alert, more energetic, more compassionate. Come back, walk back, slowly open your eyes, Was that fun? Yes. So you can try this at home, right? When you have a few minutes, you can try it at home, put your games away, and then you can just sit in your room and just for 5 minutes to yourself, just relax, walk you through the process. You can use the same thing, you just walk yourself through the process, and then you know exactly where you are. So that's about Buddhist meditation, is you know exactly where you are. You don't lose your consciousness, you don't lose where you are. So when you know where you are, you feel comfortable, you feel safe. Right? I know where I'm going, I know how I'm feeling. I'm feeling happy, I'm feeling upset, and that's okay. We acknowledge how we feel, and we gain control. And as opposed to having the world controlling us, right? Our work, our homework, school, putting pressure on us, but we say, well, we have to do this, let's go through this, and then we can gain control. So we just finish the things that we have to do, and then you will feel more relaxed. Okay, so we're going to spend a few minutes here in the, we call this the main hall, and then we'll walk over to the other side. So before we continue, I would like 2 volunteers, one over here and one this side. Okay, you? Yes. And, okay, you? Yes. Yellow. Yes. What's your name? Samantha. Okay, your name? Lucas, come on up. Samantha, come on up, Lucas. Okay, Samantha, follow her. And Lucas, follow this lady over here. Okay. So what we will do is, so you can see that we have statues all over, but also the main centerpiece here is called an urn where we make incense offering. So I would like the masters to demonstrate to us about incense offering. 上香，请上香。So we'll have the incense. Let me go get it.
To make everyone to understand, a little bit understand, when we walk into the shrine, we bow to the Buddha, and before the services, we burn up the incense. We offer that to the Buddha to say that this is our respect to show to the Buddha. So you will see me how I do it to bring up the incense and offer to the Buddha.
So it's very common practice to make offering of incense. And what this represents is, you can see the smoke coming from the incense, right? It permeates throughout the whole universe. So as we make offering, we visualize that the incense coming from us, our compassion, our wisdom coming from us, and it radiates through the entire universe so that everybody can benefit from it. Does it make sense? So Buddhism is very symbolic, and that's what we do is when we bow to a statue or we make incense offering, we visualize, starting from our heart, a centerpiece of loving kindness that is spread throughout the world. And that is our aspiration. And we do it solemnly, very gently, to show our respect. Because what's coming from our heart is respect and love. And so what's going to come back to you is respect and love, right? So we have that, it's almost automatic. Just like this bell, when you hit it, it rings. And that's because you hit it. If you don't hit it, it doesn't ring. So if you want to receive loving kindness, then you have to generate that loving kindness, and people will reciprocate. And that's the whole point with Buddhism is all the things that we have here are reflections of what's in our heart. When you see somebody who's kind to you, that means you're positive. If you're positive, then you see people as positive, right? If you're negative and angry, then even if somebody's trying to cheer you up, you still won't cheer up because you have decided to be negative. So it's important that we ourselves know how to be positive so that we can receive the positive from the world. So we have these statues here, and in the middle is called Amitabha. It's the Amida Society. This is the name of Amitabha in Sanskrit, which is the Indian language. And Amitabha represents enlightenment, represents equality, and he has his 2 bodhisattvas. Both of the bodhisattvas are sages. They have accomplished a certain level, and they are almost equal. But there's still a few more things for the 2 bodhisattvas to learn and to become like Amida Buddha. Now on the right hand side there, on your left hand, this side is called great strength, Bodhisattva. And on your right hand side is called compassion, Bodhisattva. So these statues, even though they are males and females, but they are not really females. They just appear, they're so compassionate that people illustrate them as female. But they take different forms. And so one represents compassion, the other one represents great strength. So you need compassion and strength to be able to accomplish a lot in this world. And when you have accomplished everything, then you be like Amida Buddha.
How can we distinguish between both the Bodhisattva on the right hand side of my right hand side, Guan Xing菩萨, compassion. You see that she holding the bottle,
the vase, yeah.
the vase. So the meaning of the vase, you see the water coming out from the vase. She wished the water would be purify the problems or
all the suffering, right? To cool down, to evaporate, or to wash away all the suffering.
And then for the lotus, you see the lotus from this represent wisdom. And then whatever from, you see the lotus from the mud, it's coming from the mud, right? It's slowly rise up from the mud to get out from the suffering and become beautiful flowers. So then when you see the two different symbols, you will know which one will be Bodhisattva.
So one more thing before we get to Catherine Lucas is all these symbols, we have a lot of statues, and there is a misunderstanding that when we bow that we idolize these statues. We don't idolize these statues because the meaning of adulation, when you idolize something is when you treat that figure like a doll, a toy, as a real person. You would bring food, you would feed it, you would play music, you would wake it up at a certain time and send it to bed at a certain time. So you treat it as a real person. But here we don't treat these statues as real people, but we treat them as representations of our inner qualities. Like this compassion, Bodhisattva represents our inner quality of compassion, and the statue over there represents our inner quality of great strength. And the Buddha in the middle represents our ability to understand, recognize problems, and solve problems. So when we bow to these statues, we are reminded of how great we can be if we put in our own efforts, right? So we're not idolizing, but we are treating these as reminders. Just like the American flag. What does the American flag have? Stripes? Stars? What colors? What colors? Yeah, red, white, and blue, right? So a flag is just a piece of fabric, but when you put the stars, the stripes, the colors, then it's no longer a normal fabric, but it means something. It means bravery, right? It means courage, right? So it's the same thing when this is just cement, right? Originally just cement, but when together we put it as a figure that now it represents something. Right? So that's how we understand these statues. So another thing that helps us is inside, you notice I wear this black robe, right? This black robe, anybody comes here will wear a black robe. And what that means is you might be different on the outside, but once you come here, you are equal. Right? And no distraction. You might be pretty outside, you may be rich on the outside, but come here, everybody is beautiful. Everybody is then equal. So it helps us to focus as well. And to help us focus, we have these called Dharma instruments. And the Dharma instruments here helps us with the melody to chant and to calm the mind, because the mind likes good music. Everybody here likes good music, right? When you listen to music, your mind calms down. And that's what music helps us. So Catherine here will help us to play called Wooden Fish. It's called handheld wooden fish. And Lucas on the other side is holding a bell, a handheld bell. So when we chant the name of Amitabha or Amida, Buddha, it's short. In Chinese called Ami Tuo. So we're gonna create this beautiful music with these two instruments and with your vocal instruments. Together we will create this beautiful music, but just 4 syllables. Ami Tuo. Okay. So I would like everybody to participate just for the fun of it. Okay. So I will start. Okay, since you can just follow me. Mi, to, for. Okay, one more time. Mi, to, for. So when we sing it, mi, to, ami, to, very beautiful music if you chant and it comes to come down. So you can try it out at home too. If you want to focus on something, you can focus on the name Ami Tuo. All right, give a great hand of applause to Catherine and Lucas. So we have a gift for you, Catherine. Thank you for participating, and Lucas will also have a gift for you. Okay, and then we have one more piece of instrument over there, and the master will demonstrate to us, and I use this bell to control to when to start and when to end. So when I tap, that means I'm about to start. Then when I hit, that means I'm about to end, right? So, Namo to orchestrate the entire assembly, and it makes it more harmonious, and it makes it more uniform, so everybody can follow what's coming up and what to expect. Okay, so this is how we use our main hall to chant, to meditate, so this we can calm down the mind, so that the body and mind can be healthy and can remain to be healthy. Okay, are there any questions before we move on to the other side, and you have a chance to ask all your questions? Anything about this hall? Okay? Everything all good? Okay, if there are no questions, please rise and we move to the other side of the building called the lecture hall. Retrieve your shoes and then move to the other side.
Go ahead, take a seat all the way in. Make room for your friends.
Come on.
think we got everybody. Okay, I will do a quick presentation about the Buddha and his teachings, and then we'll open up for questions and answers. So again, my name is Kenny Lu, and accompanying me is the Venerable Master Chang Le. Okay, so first question is, who here knows the name of the child that was born to become either a great leader, political, military leader, or enlightened person? What was the name?
Raise your hand if
Raise
you
your
know
hand.
the answer.
Raise your hand. Does anybody know?
You guys can try. Just raise your hands if you answer correctly then.
Does anybody know the name of the child that was going to become either a great military
Okay. Here.
person?
Okay.
Okay. Siddhartha Gautama, yes. Your name? Johnny. Okay. Yeah, it's like we have a gift for you. Thank you. All right. Okay, so yes. So Siddhartha Gautama was born to King Suhodana and Queen Maya in around 563 BCE, before Common Era, and in modern day, what we call Nepal. And his name, Siddhartha, means one who achieves. So you can see that his parents had great aspiration of this child. And it was a tradition in India to have astrologers come to make predictions of newborns. And so the king invited many astrologers come to make predictions. And they came to two similar conclusions, but they couldn't quite certain 100% which predictions would be true. One was that he was going to become a great monarch, a great king, to rule entire India, and the other one was to become a great spiritual leader. But the king wanted to know for sure what his son's future would be. So he was recommended to invite another astrologer, Asita, and Asita was known to have this amazing powers to make predictions. But he was 120 years old and he lived in the mountains, so the king invited him to come to see this newborn child. And when Asita held the newborn child, his tears started to roll down his cheeks. And he made a firm prediction that this child was not going to become a great king, but to become a great spiritual leader. And he was happy, but he was sad at the same time, and people asked him why he was crying. And he said he was crying because he was already 120 years old, and he was not going to live long enough to see this child becoming a great spiritual leader. And that's why he cried. And so the king, knowing that his own son was very talented, but he did not want his son to move away to the forest to search for enlightenment or whatever at the time they were searching for. Because as you can see, the country that Siddhartha was born in was a small country surrounded by very powerful countries that if they did not have anybody to take on the lineage, that it will be consumed by the nearby countries. And so he invited many talented masters to come in and to teach his son archery, fencing, on all kinds of martial arts. And he was very well-learned student. Now, the Buddha never went to war to demonstrate his martial ability, but we were able to understand his martial ability because there was one time when he was becoming of age, and the nearby country has a daughter. The king of that country had a daughter, and he wanted to marry that princess to somebody, but because she was so beautiful that all the other neighboring countries' princes wanted to marry her, but the king did not want to risk causing a war to happen. So he said, okay, well, what we're going to do is we're going to have a competition. Whoever wins the competition will win the hand of my daughter. So that was a very clever way of settling differences, disputes. and and so they want Siddhartha was able to demonstrate his martial ability to win out the competitions to win the hand of the princess. So that was the only time that we had a glimpse of how physically powerful Siddhartha was. And that really helped him later on to study, to do meditation, because it required a lot of physical strength. But anyways, he grew up and he wanted to know more about his country. And it is said that he saw 4 sights. What? Oh, I can't. Okay, what are the 4 sights? I can't give you hints here. What are the 4 sights?
You know the answer.
What was the first sight that he saw? Nature. Okay, well, yeah, he saw nature, yes, but according to a very common understanding, what were the 4 sights and what was one of them? Anybody? Huh?
No.
No, something else, yes. A sick man, yes. A sick man, I'll give you that. Or an old man. Okay. Your name? Johnson? Okay. By the way, we have one more gift, so does anybody want to take another guess? Any other sight that he saw when he was touring the city? Yes. A dying man, yes. What's your name? Derek? Yeah, okay. There's a dying man, yes. So in the order, according to the scriptures, first he saw an old man, a sick man, an ill man, a dying, a dead person, and then lastly he saw a spiritual person. So how does this relate to us? So what this is teaching us is, as we see the world, we see a lot of problems, and what the Buddha is teaching us is that we should recognize the problems and find solutions, because there are always solutions. So the holy man sitting on a street that he saw, he felt like he had found an answer to his question, because he realized that nobody could escape these problems. And we always have problems. Your problems will be different, but we always have problems. But there are always solutions. So that's what this is teaching us, is to recognize the problems and to continue to look for solutions, because the solutions are always there. Yeah, so indeed, old age, sickness, death, and then holy man representing the solutions, right? So as long as you don't give up on our search, then we can always find a solution to our problems. And then when he finally made the resolve to look for the truth, under the Bodhi tree, he realized the truth. And then it is said that he realized the 4 noble truths. So what are those 4 noble truths? Does anybody know? Okay, the first one is called dukkha. Now, dukkha, people often translate as suffering, but it's not really suffering, it's satisfaction. And in a sense that you don't see the negative, but actually it's very positive, because until you are dissatisfied with what you have, you will never be able to achieve higher. For example, you take an exam and you get a B. If you are not happy with it, then that motivates you to be an A student, right? So this satisfaction here is say, I am not happy with what I have. I want to achieve more. I can be better. So that's what he realized, that we all have the potential to be better than where we are now. Does that make sense? So that's the first thing that he realized. And then the second he realized about suffering was that, so what caused us to be dissatisfied? Well, this is in the bigger scheme of things, is people are unhappy because there is selfishness in the things that they do. If there is no selfishness, then there's no suffering. Because when you selfishness is you try to get something for yourself. And when you already have it, it leads to suffering because it leads to fear of losing. When you have something, you always have fear of losing. And so he realized that it's selfishness that will cause suffering. So if you don't want suffering, then you should avoid selfishness. And he realized, so that's not the end of it. So Buddhism doesn't just stop at suffering. It offers a solution. And so it's the same thing when we have problems, we don't stop there. But we continue to look for a solution. Why do we have problems? And then what's the end? When you put in effort, then it's called cessation, which is true happiness. And that means no suffering. And no suffering here leads to nirvana. So true happiness comes from no suffering. Because from Buddhism standpoint, if you're still chasing after happiness, then you are, in a way, selfish. Because you want to have it. And therefore, there will be fear of losing that happiness. But if you achieve a state of no suffering, then it's really true joy. Okay? So how do we get there? So Buddhism, the Buddha realized step by step. So it's very practical that with what we call the Eightfold Path. And I summarized it here to say, Eightfold Path means to do the right things, right? To do teamwork because you help each other, and you end selfishness, and that helps you to see clearer. Just like the meditation that we did, you sit in meditation, your mind calms down, and you can see things more clearly because you are no longer disturbed. Right? So in a nutshell, those are the four noble truths. Now, if we have more time, then I'll go more into it, but that is a brief introduction to Buddhism, to the Buddha and his teachings. So why don't we open up, since we have until 10:35 for this session. So then we open up for questions and answers. Now, I would like the parents and the teachers to participate, and I maybe ask on behalf of the students, and just have fun. Maybe ask your questions, or maybe ask for comments. But I would like everybody, including parents and teachers, to just ask the question just for the fun of it. Okay? Is that all right? Okay. So why don't we start here, and then Vedram Chandler will help me to answer. Would you like to ask a question? No? No questions?
How about teacher?
Okay.
Siddhartha married the woman that he was competing for.
Yes, he did, and it's said that he married her, and then they had a son, and then he realized that he could not protect them forever, because he could not prevent them and all his people to be free of suffering. And so when he realized that he was powerless to offer so-called permanent happiness to his people, to his family, that's when he realized that maybe there's something out there that he can, can look for to help solve this problem. Because he asked everybody, like, how do we overcome the suffering of illness, death? Nobody seems to be escaped from it, so how can we overcome that? And that's what motivates him to go out to look for that. So he did marry a princess. And then later on, when he reached enlightenment, he did come back to the palace and helped his wife, or his former wife, and his former son to become enlightened beings. So they themselves were able to be liberated from the cycle of life and death. And when I say liberated from the cycle of life and death, I don't mean to go somewhere, but you live a free life, a life of no fear. That's what a meaningful life. It's not to go somewhere, to escape somewhere, but to live a life that is meaningful and that is free of all kinds of fear.
How was his child when he went to go find what he was looking for?
His child was very young, and when it took him 6 years to finally achieve his goal. So his child was still a young child. His son was still a young child. So he lived with his grandparent, which was his father, the king. And so they were still in the palace at the time.
I want to add on between he finds suffering. After the marriage, he's still not happy. He still find how come I got married and I still don't feel happy for myself. So one day that he went out and he sees 4 symbols. So that's why he decided to go sit for gluttony.
Okay, next. Question? Would you like to ask a question? Okay, how about this side? Okay, this side. Catherine? Catherine, do you have a question you'd like to ask? Oh, Sam? I've been calling you Sam. Sam. Oh, sorry about that. You have a question to ask?
No.
Okay.
I think she has. Are the statues over there the same as the one like in the hall?
The figure is the same, but you see the symbol when the Buddha holding on, the Buddha in here holding on the wisdom ball. So it's represent Sakyamuni Buddha. And the one in the chanting hall is holding lotus. It's an Amitabha, Amitabha Buddha.
So this is our historical Buddha that lived 3,000 years ago. And then then the other 2 are different bodhisattvas.
On the right hand side, it says on the chanting hall is compassion bodhisattva. And on the left hand side with the red color robe is called Earth Store Bodhisattva. Thank you for the question.
Questions here?
No?
Okay. You guys are making it really easy for us. Anytime. Okay, how about any questions for us? Question? Question? Oh.
No? Okay, thank you. Finally.
Do you have like a church? Do you like hold masses here or not? This is
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, so this is temple. Temple, church temple. And for us, we do have Dharma assemblies. So every week we come here, we do chanting, like 2:30 to 4:30. We do meditation sessions, chanting, and then we have lectures afterwards. And we have dinner, and then we have follow-on Q&A session. So that's our weekly activity. And then once a month, we do have the all-day chanting. And sometimes when opportunities are there, we invite the Venom masters from either Taiwan or other parts of the world to come here and do a 7-day retreat or 3-day retreats, whatever, based on the availability of the masters.
And also we have Dhamma talk from international master to come over to the Dhamma talk, or sometimes we have classes on Sunday for the meditation, or English Dhamma class, and also teaching instruments. Like you see in the chanting hall, we teach a lay person how to use those kinds of instruments. So when we walk into the shrine, to the chanting hall, we will feel familiar how to sing, how to chant, and how to read sutra, any kind of that service. We do that too.
So when people come here, then they do exactly what we did, set them meditation.
We have it every once a month for meditation class on the very first week of the month. First Sunday, Kenny will host that class. So he'll teach, like the one that we've done in the training hall. We'll sit meditation for half an hour, and we'll come out and he'll give Dhamma talk. After Dhamma talk, we have lunch. And after that will be my class, will be instruments class. So you can join, you can come to see how we do it. You'll love it because it's only once a month, but then you have a time to calm yourself and feel very relaxed.
Do you have a paper and then your schedule there?
Sure, Kenny will contact you for that.
So maybe at the end you could leave your email and then we can send you a program.
Thank you.
Okay, how about the row behind? Any questions? Okay, how about this? Yes, so I believe you are supposed to ask questions and write down for your class, no?
Sorry.
If not, then any questions you have and what is interesting or whatever that you need to report back to your teachers, you can write down on the paper. Yes, so the paper is for you to use. The water is also for you to drink. So just leave the pencils. Paper you can take. Yes.
Did Siddhartha's father want him to be more like a spiritual leader or king?
King Samadana, of course, wanted him, Siddhartha, to be king because he himself was a king. And his aspiration was to, like any king, right, want to grow his empire. So he had this aspiration, this aspiration for Siddhartha to be not only king of his current tribe, but the king of the entire India. It's called a universal monarch, right, to rule the entire India. Because there were many kingdoms in India at the time, and each kingdom was its own country. And so his father's aspiration was to have Siddhartha to rule the entire India. To them, it was the entire universe. Okay, next. Any questions?
I'll go for you. This has to be special, very important. Make something. Yes, thank you.
I believe she may have asked something similar, but can anybody just come in and participate in what you guys have?
Yeah, so this is a public place essentially. It's open to the public. Anybody can come here. We have book distributions. And they're free distributions. You can come here, books, and we have a library upstairs. If you need to ever do research, we have tons of books that you can do your research on different Buddhist philosophies. Yeah, so all activities you can come here to participate and take part in.
Thank you.
So, the Four Noble Truths, do you use that in your meditation, or you help the followers kind of achieve that? And how do you do so?
Yeah, so good question. So how do you use the Four Noble Truths? So when we look at life in general, even in class, that there's something within us that wants us to be better, right? There's nobody who says, I hate myself. There are people who will do that. But generally people say, I want to be liked. I want to be better. And when you say that you are dissatisfied, that means that you want to be better. And so when you recognize that, that means you are motivated to find something more about yourself to be better. And you're going to have to do something. So when you recognize that, you should not stop there. But some people, they stop there. But the Buddha is saying, don't stop there, but find out why are you not better. And it's usually because there's fear of being laughed at, fear of moving beyond your comfort zone. And it's all because of this ego. We fear that the ego will be hurt. We fear that people will laugh at us. We fear that people will make fun of us. That's why we don't do a lot of things. Right? Like when we try to help somebody, we fear that people will reject us. So there's always fear, and that fear is because of selfishness. We want to protect our ego. And so the Buddha is saying, remove that, then you will be able to get to cessation, which is true happiness when you remove that. And how do you go about that is you follow the Eightfold Path and do the right thing. So when you do the right thing, so what happens when you do the right thing? Has anybody here volunteered? Who's this volunteer? And how do you feel after you volunteer?
Very tired.
Okay, and what else?
Like,
You feel good about it? You feel happy?
yeah.
Yeah. So you spend a whole day volunteering and you feel tired, but yet you feel happy. And you should ask, like, where does that happiness come from? So you volunteer the whole day, you feel tired, but yet you're happy about it. And the reason is because we have increased our value. Right? We have increased our value. So when you have increased your value, you naturally feel happy. When you help somebody, you feel good because you have increased your value. And when you increase your value, you naturally feel happier. It's not the drugs. People feel depressed because they resort to drugs. But that's sometimes required. But generally, if they can go out and help somebody, then they will feel happy naturally. It produces endorphin, it produces the chemicals in your brain, and that is because you have increased your value. So when we increase our value, that means we reduce our selfishness and we think about other people. And when we focus more on ourselves, problems tend to magnify. When we focus on others, helping others, then our own problems will reduce. Does it make sense? So let's take an example. Let's do this. So another thing about Buddhism is called the law of conditionality. So how does this work? How does this apply in real life? So ourselves, we have the past karma, things that we have done in the past. And so when we meet people, when we see things, how will we react? And our past has very much to do with how we react. So there are two choices when you interact with your friends. You have two choices. You can be happy if you provide positive conditions, meaning that when you look at somebody and you feel positive, then naturally you would treat them well. You would treat them with respect. Then in return, you have this happiness. But on the other side, if you look at somebody and you treat them with, negativity, or you yell at them, then the result is you yourself will feel negative. So you have those two choices whenever you interact with somebody. So we can say that the past we cannot change, whatever we have done we cannot change. But in Buddhism, we are in control of the present and the future. And that's what the Four Noble Truths is teaching us, is that when we follow the Eightfold Path, we are providing this positive environment to be in control. Right? We can control how we think, right? We control what we say, and we can control how we treat other people. Now, does that make sense? So this is how we apply it. If you want to have this happy face, then you should provide a positive conditions. When you provide a positive conditions, then naturally it will provide that kind of the same fruit. And so what the Buddha is teaching us here is that we all are in control of the present and the future if we recognize that the positive environment will be able to bring happiness. Does it make sense? Okay. So, okay, are there any other comments or questions? Okay, we have a few more minutes left, but yeah, okay. Okay, why don't we play a game? Yeah, what was that?
I have a little game for everyone to play, because everyone very quiet. So I would like everyone to be a little bit active, because you have a long day. If you like this, your long day will be, right? So what we'll do is, it's called choir chasing chanting. For example, I will say, we're using Amitofo when in the chanting hall. So we will start with this row. We'll say, Amitofo. And we'll point at the finger for every row. So you have to follow at one after another.
So you have to pay attention.
You have to pay attention. This will help you a lot in school. Because if you concentrate in chanting one after, and you meditate, will help you a lot in when you study. You will follow the teacher very well, because your mind will not be wandering. So you have to focus. When the teacher says something, you will know what is the point. So this is helping you to practice your mind. Okay? So we'll start with who wants to volunteer. Which row want to volunteer first? We'll go by row. And we'll go, this, you have to, Amitofo. Amitofo, Amitofo, Amitofo. So like that,
So
going.
Whichever role that the master points you have to sing along. Sing along.
Out loud, okay? So who?
And then we will have a gift. We'll have a gift for those who sing the loudest.
Yes.
Thank you. So who started, which row one, so started first, okay.
Okay, this row.
So you guys start, 1, 2, 3. Amitabha. Amitabha.
You.
Amitabha. Amitabha. Okay. Amitabha. Amitabha.
Go. Louder.
Have you eaten breakfast yet? You're hungry? Are you thirsty? If you're thirsty, please drink your water, okay? Now we started again. Let's start with the teacher. The teacher will go first. Amitabha. Second row. Amitabha. Louder. Okay, I don't use a microphone to see which voice will be louder, okay? Teacher, can you start it again?
Amitabha.
Amitabha. Amitabha. Amitabha. Hold it. The back row. Sorry.
Amitabha.
Okay.
Amitabha.
Your row.
Amitabha.
Okay, is it hard for you to follow the melody, right? So let's go very simple. Amitabha. It will be easier. So you guys don't have to follow.
So we do have gifts for everybody, okay? But you have to sing. You have to sing.
Let's start.
That's
with,
for the next 5 minutes.
You see, you back. Amitabha. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Everyone in the row. 1, 2, 3.
Amitabha. Louder. 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 Now louder.
Good.
Oh, we have a winner here. We have a winner.
Yeah. You guys win.
Okay. Okay. So we'll.
Do I get back the energy?
One more. Okay. One more time. All right.
Okay. Now I'll start with this row.
Amitabha.
Louder. One more time.
Amitabha.
You.
Amitabha.
Good. That's it.
It's the winner so far. Okay, anybody louder?
Everyone.
Louder, yeah.
One more time.
There you go. It's the winner so far. Okay. Here we also have we also have Lego movies where we have students here, and they come here and they make these movies from Legos. And we also taught them how to build this the movie with the script. We took stories and we built a set. And so we have three types here. One is a funny video, one is an action, which is kind of maybe PG-13. And then the golden plate. So which one do you want to see? This is kind of
Action video. Let's make a vote. This side. Which one do you want to see?
oh, this side. Funny. Okay. How about action first and then funny? Okay. How's that? No, it's split screen, so I have to make sure it's showing.
Long ago, during the time of Buddha in ancient India in the country of Kosala, there was a mad serial killer. He was the terror of the country. Angulimala means man who wears a necklace of fingers. He was well trained in martial arts.
I warned you.
To accurately track his skills, Angulimala saved the fingers of the victims as tokens. Angulimala was the son of the head priest in the court of King Pasandi of Kosala. His original name was Ahimsaka. When he was of age, he was sent to Taxila to study in a re-owned university. Ahimsaka was intelligent and was obedient to his teacher, so he was so well liked by the teacher and his wife. Other pupils became jealous of him. The jealous students started a rumor.
Teacher, Ahimsaka is having an affair with your wife.
At first, the teacher did not believe them.
It cannot be. Ahimsaka is a good student.
As the rumor spread, the teacher began to suspect it was true. The teacher decided to take revenge on the boy.
What should I do?
So he thought of a plan which was worse than murder. He called for Ahimsaka.
That's it. You are an excellent student. I have access to otherworldly knowledge that does not exist here. Only heaven has it. I can teach you how to obtain it. Do you wish to learn?
The teacher told Ahimsaka to kill 1,000 men or women, and in return he would teach Ahimsaka the heavenly knowledge. Ahimsaka agreed to this mission and started killing people. Ahimsaka began his quest for heavenly knowledge and killed everyone he encountered. He kept a finger from every victim as a token and strung them into a necklace. He became known as Angulimala, the man with a necklace of fingers. He reigned so much terror over the entire country the king had to step in. The king made plans to capture Angulimala. When Montani, the mother of Angulimala, heard about the king's intention, she went into the forest in a desperate bid to save her son. While resting, Angulimala thinks to himself,
I only need one more kill before I complete my mission. I am so close to achieving my goal. I will kill the first person I see tomorrow morning.
Earlier that morning, Buddha saw Angulimala in his vision.
If I don't intervene, Angulimala will kill his mother. Matricide is the worst sin he commits, and Angulimala will suffer endlessly in the realm of hell. I shall appear as a monk and prevent this crime. This boy does not know any better. If Angulimala sees his mom, he will kill her, not knowing he will go to hell forever. I must save him from this terrible fate.
He looked out and saw a monk. When Angulimala didn't know that the monk was Buddha, he ran after him with his knife raised.
You will be my last kill.
However fast he ran, Angulimala could not reach that monk.
Oh, monk, stop! Stop! Time to use my special power. I will 360 no-scope this bot.
He jumps in the air like a ninja to catch Buddha, but he still can't reach Buddha.
My martial arts are unrivaled in this country. How did this mere monk get past me so easily? Oh, monk, stop! Stop!
I have stopped because I have given up on killing all living beings. I have given up ill-treating beings, and because I have established myself in a universal love, patience, and knowledge through reflection. You, on the other hand, haven't done either of those things. Hence, you are the one who hasn't stopped.
Upon realization, he threw his weapon and said,
These words are one of a very wise person, perhaps even Buddha himself. He must have come to allow me to correct my wrongs. Please forgive me. Allow me to gain peace and become a monk to study with you.
The wisdom of Buddha stopped him cold. Angulimala played back his murders. He realized he had been mistreating and killing living beings. Angulimala had shown that everyone has the potential to change and improve. By avoiding mistakes and performing powerful and good deeds to help others, one can change one's destiny for the better. We all have the ability to achieve happiness by continuing to be kind and avoid hurting others.
Story illustrates that when there was a serial killer during the Buddha's time, the Buddha was so brave to encounter this serial killer in order to help them. So the Buddha was extremely brave. He was selfless in the sense that he did not worry about being afraid of this situation, but able to face it. And so this story here illustrates that when we sit in meditation and we reflect on compassion, and we stop killing, we stop hurting each other. And so that's the whole motivation about this, is that every scene, the sound were produced by the students here. So we taught them how to use the computer, how to use video editing, and how to build a set. And this allows them to produce this video. So it's all by the students. Do you like it? Yeah. Okay, do we have time for another movie?
I don't know.
Do you like it? Do you like another movie?
I like it.
Well, let me know. Do you want another movie?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. How about the, you said the funny movie or the golden plate?
Funny.
Saviti is a large city in ancient India. When Buddha visits Saviti, he stays at a monastery built for him. The monastery is surrounded by big trees and colorful flowers. It is very peaceful, and birds love to be near the monastery. There was a senior monk by the name of Sayurakita, who also resides in Saviti city. The monk had a sister. When his sister gave birth to a son, she named the child after the monk, and he came to be known as Sayurakita Bhaganaya. The sister took her newborn to be blessed by the monk.
Venerable, this is my newborn. Will you bless him?
What a wonderful child. May you be a good and happy child.
Years pass. The child has grown up and wants to join his uncle to become a monk.
Mother, I wish to join Uncle Venerable Sayurakita to become a monk.
All right, son. If that is your wish, then we shall go see our Uncle Sayurakita.
I should admit you into Sangha, a community of monks.
Young Sayurakita is now a monk. In India, the rainy season can last a few months. During this time, it can rain heavily. Most people stay inside to be safe.
To be safe.
Sometime later, a friend comes to visit young Sayurakita and gifts him with 2 sets of robes.
When the rainy season is over, I will share 1 set of my robes with my uncle Sayurakita. Yes, the rainy season is over. I'm going to pay my respects to my venerable uncle with a visit. I bet my uncle will be very happy to receive my gift. Venerable uncle, won't you accept my offering of this robe?
I have enough robes and will not accept your gift.
But venerable uncle, this is a brand new robe. Won't you reconsider accepting it?
Thank you, but I have enough and won't accept your offer. Today's weather is hot. Why don't you fan me while I meditate?
Very well, venerable uncle.
The young monk felt disheartened because his uncle refused the robe.
My uncle didn't take my offering. He must not appreciate me. I'm very sad and disappointed. Maybe it's better that I leave the Sangha and live the life of a layman. What am I going to do with this robe? I know. I will sell the robe and buy a she-goat. The she-goat will breed quickly, and I will make some money. I won't become a monk anymore. Yes, that's awesome! Whee! With this money, I'll get married and raise a family.
He meets a girl and they finally get married. One year later, young Sayadaw Akita and his wife welcome a newborn child.
Honey, we should take our newborn and pay my uncle a visit. Honey, I want to hold the baby.
Dear, please drive the car. And don't worry about the baby.
But I want to hold the baby. He's so cute.
Please, just drive the cart.
They were too busy fighting over the baby, they didn't notice that there was a rock in front of the carriage that they can run over. Then Sayadaw Akita was really mad about his baby almost slipping out of the cart and tried to hit his wife with a stick.
You were able to beat your wife. Why have you beaten an old monk?
Young monk was very much surprised and embarrassed at the words of the old monk. He also became extremely frightened, so he fled. Another young monk chased after him all over the monastery. He caught him and brought him into the presence of Buddha.
Your mind can take control over subconscious impulses. The mind can be taught to control impulsive behavior through understanding and proper communication. Also, the mind has the ability to think of an object even though it may be far away. And that one should strive hard for liberation from the bondage of passion, ill will, and ignorance.
And this video was made by the students, and the whole point of this video is when you are not focused, you can be thinking very far away, and you can be living in the past or living in the future. If somebody has made you upset, you keep thinking about the upsetting words, and that is you're living in the past, and it keeps making you more and more upset. And so even though we're living here in this body, but we can be very far away, right? So that can make you be unhappy because you are not living in reality, right? So that's just fun stories, just to teach students how to use technical skills, use computers, and how to use their creative minds to create stories. Okay? Okay, I think we're running out of time. And like I mentioned, every one of you will receive a gift. So on your way out, make sure you get a gift. And the papers, please take the paper with you. The water, you can also take the water with you. Just leave the pencils. Okay, thank you, everybody. Thank you.
No, the water doesn't expire.
See you on lunch.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and remove your shoes here. Yeah, go ahead and remove your shoes here and walk inside, sit towards the front. Go ahead and remove your shoes. Yeah, remove your shoes and sit anywhere towards the front. Go ahead and remove your shoes and sit anywhere towards the front. Come on in, go ahead. Go ahead, come in. Go ahead, come on in. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and take a seat anywhere towards the front. That's over here. Yes, yes. Yeah, go ahead and rotate the cushions so that's why you can sit facing forward. Yeah. The small cushion, rotate the small cushion so you can sit forward. Take a seat anywhere, go ahead. Take a seat, turn the small cushions around. No, turn the small cushion around. Just turn the small cushion.
Can I have everyone volume down, please? When we walk into the shrine, in the Chanting Hall, we're supposed to be quiet.
Okay, almost done. Go ahead, make yourself comfortable, take a seat. Okay, welcome again to the Amida Society. My name is Kenny Liu. This is Venerable Master Chang Le. Chang Le means constant joy, constant happiness. So it's a reminder for the masters to be constantly happy. And in the Chinese culture, our names that given to us are essentially reminders such as strength or noble or kind or being. So those are reminders for us to cultivate certain value in ourselves.
Okay, welcome. Like Kenny says, welcome everyone. I would like everyone to sit back and relax. May I have everyone to cross your legs like this?
Sit comfortably.
Sit comfortable. Okay.
Yes.
Let's see everyone can do it. Move your leg like this.
Yeah, you
Sit
can.
comfortable.
Right leg or left thighs or right thighs or right.
Whichever.
Whatever you're comfortable with.
Because you need to sit meditation for.
So we're gonna try something for 5 minutes.
Yes.
Just to
So you sit comfortable.
be comfortable.
Okay. So I would like everyone to put away of all their not happy, wondering, worries, to put that away. When you walk into the Chanting Hall, put whatever that trouble, problems away.
Don't still be there. Just forget about them.
And then
But when you're here, just think about.
Yeah, to think about
where you are.
calm yourself, relax. So when we do meditation, we just turn out to make the mind dim, so everyone can concentrate. So what you do is you will meditate for 5 minutes. So everyone, please close your eyes and slowly relax your body. Just practice to see how you close. You'll feel it. Think about when you walk at the beach, you feel the breeze of the wind, and you walk, you feel very comfortable. And all the worriness is behind you. All you need to do is just relax. Relax from the head to toe. And slowly
So breathe in, know that you are breathing in. Breathe out, know that you are breathing out. Relax the body, be flexible, and drop your shoulders. Imagine that you are breathing out all the stress and tension. Stress from your feet. Focus on your body. Bring yourself back to the body. Imagine you're breathing out all the stress from your feet, your knees, thighs, lower back, upper back, elbows, shoulders, neck. Breathe out all the stress and tension. What's remaining is pure comfort. Breathe in, know that you are breathing in. Breathe out, know that you are breathing out. Imagine that you are walking towards a place that you like, a place that you are very familiar with, a place that you feel safe and happy. It could be a beach, a park, a playground, your room, wherever that you feel comfortable, that you are there. And you look around, you see familiar things, things that you like. You see the people that you like, and the people also like you. And you're happy to see them, and they are also happy to see you. Breathe in and out. And if you are in your room, you open the window. If you're in the park, you look up and there's the sun. The window is open, the sun comes through. In the park, the air is open, it's clean. And you can feel the sunlight. It's warm, you feel comfortable, you feel relaxed. Breathe in and out. The cool breeze, the warm sun, everything makes you feel very comfortable and joyful. And you look around and you decide to sit down to enjoy the cool breeze, the warm sun, the beautiful flowers in your room, the decorations you're drawing, the trees, the beautiful colors, and enjoy for a moment. Look around and enjoy for a moment. You feel more and more relaxed, more and more joyful. Breathe in and out. Breathing in, your heart is filled with joy and comfort. hands, your palms. Generate heat and then place them on your face. Yes. And just go ahead and comb your hair so that you wake up all your cells in the body, or the muscles in your body. Alright. So that's essentially meditation. Do you have a good experience? Raise your hand if you have a good experience. Yes. That's great. So you can experience that at home, right? When you have 5 minutes, 10 minutes at home, you can try that. And you can guide yourself. You can do a self-guided meditation. Imagine a place that you're comfortable with. You feel safe, so you can walk yourself to that place. Okay? You just focus on your breathing, and it helps to calm down the body. So just remember that and try that at home, okay? Okay, so welcome back everybody. Okay, so we're going to spend a few minutes explaining to you what's going on here. But first, I would like to have 2 volunteers, one this side and one this side. Okay, you. Come on up. And then you. Your name? Joaquin? Joaquin, okay, you. Ali, okay, Ali, follow that lady, and Joaquin, follow that lady. Okay. So the animal masters will help us to do incense offering. That's what we do is qing xiang xiang. So we will do offering of incense, and we have a lot of you can see a lot of offerings of fruits as well. And these are all these are symbolisms in Buddhism. So with the incense. So the masters, you can see that the incense we do solely, very gently, and you make an offering, and you can see that from the incense, you see smoke, or smoke radiating, permeating throughout the universe. And so we visualize that our loving kindness and compassion also radiates throughout the whole universe, so that everybody, all sentient beings can benefit from it. And we do our 3 bows. Now, when we bow to the statues, we don't idolize the statues. So that's one thing we would like you to understand. We don't idolize the statue because when you idolize something, you are treating that god, that object, as a real human being or living being. And you would feed that. You would bring food. You would cook food. You would play music. You would dress it up. But that we don't do that. So we use these statues here as symbolisms, to remind us, to bring our inner qualities out. For example, we have Avalokitesvara, which is the compassion Bodhisattva on your right hand side, representing compassion. So when we bow to the statue, we are reminded to cultivate, to bring our inner compassion when we deal with people. And then on the right, your left hand side is called Great Strength Bodhisattva. So we are reminded to be self-confident. We are reminded to do good deeds, so that we are confident when we treat other people, that we are not afraid. So when you have compassion and great strength, together you have perfection. And that's in the middle, the Buddha in the middle called Amida. The name Amida Society is derived from the name of the Amida Buddha, meaning infinite life or infinite light. Life represents time, and light represents space, so space and time. And so this is what the Buddha represents, is a perfection of both great strength and wisdom, compassion and wisdom. And to help us to focus, you notice that I'm wearing this black robe, and when we come here, we wear the black robe to help us to focus. On the outside, you can be different, but when you come here, you're all equal. We're equal, and so we treat each other equally, and it helps to minimize distraction. And that's the purpose of wearing this black robe. And to help us to focus, this is a chanting hall where we do a meditation, chanting. We have these Dharma instruments, and Joaquin and Ali here are holding the Dharma instruments. So Joaquin's holding the handheld wood fish, and this is Ali is holding the handheld bell. So together we make beautiful music. So as just have fun that we are going to make beautiful music today. So we're going to chant 4 syllables to make it easy. Mi To Fo. That's in Chinese. It's the same as Amitabha or Amida, short. Mi To Fo. Okay, so together, let's make beautiful music. Joaquin and Ali will play the instruments, and then we all will sing together. Okay, so let's just make sure everybody follows. So let's say the name. Let's say your 4 syllables. Mi To Fo together. Mi To Fo. All the time. Mi To Fo. Okay, so we're gonna make this into music, okay, melody. So I'm gonna sing. Mi To Fo. Mi To Fo. Mi To Fo. Okay, so give a round of applause to Joaquin and Alex. And we have a gift for you, Ali, and then also a gift for you, Joaquin. Okay, thank you. Okay, and then we also have another instrument. Yeah, you'll follow the lady to the back. It's a drum. And here at the bell is where whoever stands here has the control of the assembly, so that this person will control the start and the end of a session. So we will do a quick demonstration where I will tap to initiate that the assembly is going to start, and the venerable master will play the instrument, and then I will hit the bell to signal to the master that I'm about to end. So I will end by singing. Okay. Namo to remind us that there's cause and effect. There's a result of the fruits of everything we do. So it reminds us to be responsible to the things that we do, or the words that we say, and how we treat each other, that we should treat each other with kindness to receive the fruit of kindness. So all these are symbolisms to help us to bring the inner qualities. Just like the American flag. What colors are on the American flag? Red, white, and blue. And what other shapes are there? Stars and shit and stripes and all that, right? So a piece of fabric may not mean anything, but once you have red, blue, all the stars, but now it means something. It's very meaningful. Some people cry when they see the American flag, when they've been away from the country for so long, and when they come back to the United States, they even kiss the ground because it means a lot to them to be living here in the United States and to have the American flag. So same thing in Buddhism, we have these statues here not to be idolized, but to help us to bring out our compassion. We all have the ability to be compassionate to everybody. And we are reminded every time we come here to practice compassion, to practice wisdom. So it's not just to be nice, but to understand what's going on and to help those who cannot help themselves. Right? Are there any questions about this hall before we move on to the lecture hall? Anything that you see here that you'd like to ask questions about? Right? So we keep this place clean. When the place is clean, you come here, you feel refreshed, right? You feel invigorated. The same classrooms, make sure your desk is clean in your room, make sure things are tidied up. So this way, when you come into your room, you feel refreshed as well. And what else is there that do? And here is the statue of our historical Buddha, Shakyamuni Buddha, who introduced the Pure Land, which is what we're practicing here, the Pure Land Buddhism. There are many different schools in Buddhism. Pure Land is just one of them. Okay, are there any comments or questions before we move on to the lecture hall? Over the lecture hall, you will have a chance to ask your questions, to satisfy your curiosity. Yes? The question is, do some of us get to pray? Yes, if you want, you can pray. No issue there. Yes. Okay, yeah, Joaquin?
Do you have like a teachings book or like something that teaches?
Oh, yes. So we have our library upstairs, and we also have shelves of free distributed books. So you can, maybe after, we'll end early, and maybe in a few minutes you can browse the shelves and any books you like. They're all free. And so you can, there's books on meditation, books on Buddhist stories, and many things you can take a look at and bring home with you. Yes.
The food on the table ever spoil?
Yes, we take them down every day, so we don't leave them for months. They're no different spoil. And then we share with the rest. Yeah. Great question. Any other questions about this main hall? We call this the main hall or the chanting hall. Okay.
Another thing we can add on, when you see we walk in, as a lay person, he wears black, but for us, monks, we wear brown collar. And what if one day you decided to come to visit us and you join our service and you don't have a robe? No worries, we have a robe outside to let you borrow for that day. So we'll put it outside, so when you come in and say, I'm new, we have a receptionist, the people there to help you, to assist you to walk in and show you how we do chanting here. So feel free to come in. Over the weekend, you think that we have time for Saturday, from 2:30 to 4:30, and think you want to come over to see how you want to join. You can join or you can join us in the meditation class. Those are hosted by me.
Yeah, so this place is open to the public. Anybody come in and you can use this to meditate if you want. If you want a few minutes to avoid distractions, you can come in and just sit in quietness and in your thoughts. So this way, it just helps to calm the body and mind. So everybody's welcome to come in. Okay, is there anything else? Okay, yes?
Are services weekly?
Yes, every Saturday we have mindfulness meditation. We have various activities. So it's not just sitting to meditate, but we have other activities to engage the mind, the body, the speech. So we're all integrated. So it's important that whatever we do something, that we should be consistent with what we say and what we think. That's one whole integrated person, right? So, and that helps you become happier when you are one person. If you're not, then you have different emotions pulling you in different directions. And that's because we're not integrated. And I bet at the end of the day, you feel tired because you have different personalities pulling you in different directions. So when you come here and sit meditation, that's what you're doing. You are integrating all your personalities, your emotions, your mental energy, one. So this way you are just one, you're heading in one direction as opposed to fighting your emotions throughout the day. It can be very tiring. So when you practice meditation, that is what you're doing. You're unifying your energies. So this way you can be creative. You can move in one direction easily. Great question. Any other comments, questions? All right, so why don't we stand up, retrieve your shoes, and then move to the other side of the building, and you can ask more questions. And rotate, put back these small cushions if you could.
Okay, so all the way in and make room for your friend, right? All the way in, starting on the first row. All the way in, oh, you must go. All the way in and make room for your friend, okay?
Go ahead, go all the way in. Make room for your friends. All the way in. Make room for your friends. Go all the way in. Go ahead, make room for your friends. Go all the way in. That's it. Go ahead, take a seat all the way in. Go all the way in. Make room for your friends.
That was so fun.
Take a seat anywhere. Be comfortable. Alright, so welcome over here to the lecture hall. This is also a dining hall for us. I will spend a few minutes to go over the Buddha and his teachings, and we'll open up for questions and answers. And I would like all the teachers and parents to participate, maybe ask questions on behalf of the students, just to have fun and be engaged in the conversation as a learning experience. So hopefully you don't be shy in asking questions. Make it fun for today. Okay, first of all, the Buddha and his teaching, the Buddha's life. Who here knows the name of the baby that was predicted to be either to become a universal leader or a spiritual leader? What's the name of the baby? The prince.
If you know the answer.
Does anybody know the name of the prince, the Indian prince? That was to be
Gautama?
Gautama, yes. Gautama. What's your name?
Vihar?
Vihar? Okay, congratulations. Here's a gift for you. Right. Round of applause, yes. Siddhartha Gautama. Gautama was his family name. Siddhartha means one who achieved. So he was born to King Suhadana and Queen Maya in what we know today as Nepal, northern Nepal, around 563 BCE, before Common Era. So his father had high aspiration for him. That's why he named him Siddhartha, because they were a small tribe, a North small country. Yes, Borky?
You want us to write this down?
You like, yes. Okay, there are papers for you, the pencil for you to write down. You use the water you like, use the paper you like, but leave the pencils.
When you're done.
When you're done, yes. And so he, the country that he was in was very small, and it was surrounded by, major big kingdoms. And his father, King Suhadana, did not want his own kingdom to be swallowed up by neighboring kingdoms. So he was very happy that he had a son who was bright. And it was a tradition in India to invite astrologers to come to make predictions for this child. And there were two predictions that they made. What were the two predictions that they made according to history? Just what key?
Could either be a king or could be a religious.
Yeah, spiritual leader. Okay, yeah, excellent. So they came to two conclusions. It was said that the king invited 500 astrologers, but they couldn't come to an accurate, definite conclusion of what that his future would be. So the king was advised to invite another great astrologer named Asita. And Asita lived in the mountains, and he was already 120 years old at that time. And when he was willing to come to see this child, and when he held this child, his tears started to roll down his cheeks. And it was a tear, there were tears of happiness, but also sadness. Happy was because he knew for sure that this child was not going to be a great military power, but a great spiritual leader. And that's what he was happy about. But what he was sad about was that he was already 120 years old, and he knew that he was not going to live long enough to see this baby to become a spiritual leader, and that's why he was sad. So the Buddha, King Siddhartha did not like that news at all, that his son was going to leave the palace to become a spiritual leader. And knowing that his son was very talented, he invited all the special teachers to come to teach his son, teaching him in fencing, archery, horse riding, and all the martial arts. But the Buddha never went to war to demonstrate his martial arts skills. But there was one time where he did demonstrate his physical powers, if you will. And that was when a neighboring country had a daughter, princess, that he wanted her to be married. But because she was so beautiful, that other princes around the neighboring country wanted to marry her as well. But in order to avoid risking a war going on among the local kingdoms, the king decided to have a contest. So anybody who wished to have her hand would have to win the contest. And Siddhartha Gautama did go through the contest and was able to demonstrate his physical powers and his martial arts skills to win the competition. And so that was the only time that we were able to see a glimpse of his martial arts skills. So one time, he decided to tour the country to see his people, and there were 4 sites. There were 4 sites that he saw according to the scriptures. What are those 4 sites? Does anybody know? Maybe Queen, I know you know, but how about here?
A starving man.
Yes.
A sick person.
Yes. That person, yes, yeah. Okay, so we have a gift for you. We just have 3, but everybody will get a gift, so yes. Yeah. Yes, so the 4 sites include seeing an old age, seeing an old man, seeing a sick person, seeing a dead person. And this made him really sad because he saw these things as something that no one could overcome. And when he saw a person sitting, meditating, called a holy man, it gave him hope. So what we can learn from this is that as we go through life, maybe in school, we have everybody has problems, challenges. But there are these challenges that if we don't stop, we don't give up, and we look for solutions, there will always be solutions. Or you have friends to help you think through things, or you can sit in meditation and your mind calms down and you'll be able to see solutions, because for every problem there is a solution. And you can walk through yourself using your friends, using your resources to help you go through problems to find solutions. And that's what it meant for Siddhartha, was that he was able to find solution to somehow that he was able to overcome. Something was telling him that if he did not stop looking, he would be able to find his solution. So as history goes, he sat under the Bodhi tree for a certain period of time, and then he realized the truth. And so what the book says, the scripture says that he realized 4 noble truths. Does anybody know the first truth? What are the 4 noble truths? Does anybody know? Does anybody learn that? Or does anybody remember? Okay. Okay, yes, Joaquin. Yeah.
I know one of them is that know that you can't have any distractions in life. Yeah, that's kind of
okay. Along that line, yeah. So the first noble truth that the Buddha realized was that about dukkha. And now dukkha, some people translate it as suffering, but it's more of a dissatisfaction. But it should not be taken in a negative way, because it is a sense of a motivation. because until you are dissatisfied with what you have, you won't be motivated to find something else. For example, if you have taken an exam and you get a B minus, if you say you're happy with it, then you are a B student. But you say, no, I'm not happy with it, I want to be an A student, then you are dissatisfied with that B. Does it make sense? And so it motivates you to look for something better. I can be a better person, that's what it is. But in terms of why people are happy is because they are not willing to move on. They are attached to what they have, and it's because of selfishness. And that's what the Buddha realized was the cause of dissatisfaction is selfishness. When we are selfish, we want to have everything, and therefore it brings to suffering because we will have fear of losing what we are selfish about. And then if you can overcome that, the Buddha realized that you will be able to achieve called cessation, which is a state of true happiness. And the state of true happiness here, the Buddha interprets as a state of no suffering. And a state of no suffering rather than happiness is because when you are pursuing happiness, there is still selfishness in that pursuit. Or you're pursuing something for yourself. But a state of no happiness, a state of no suffering, is that there is no pursuit of the happiness. Therefore, there's no fear of losing. And so, it's not a selfish pursuit of happiness. It's a state of no suffering. So how do we do that is where the Buddha laid out called the Eightfold Path, step by step of how to achieve that state of happiness. It's called the Eightfold Path. And we summarize it here essentially in the Eightfold Path. You do the right things with how you treat people, like with loving kindness, with kindness. And you work together as teamwork, because when you help people, you are collaborating. And it helps you to end your selfishness because you are no longer focusing on your own needs, but you're focusing on those who you can help. And then that allows you to see things clearly with meditation when your mind is calm. Okay. So those are essentially the four noble truths that the Buddha realized. But what does this mean? How do we apply in our daily lives? So let me walk to this slide a little bit here, and then we'll open up for questions. So our lives consist of the past, the present, and the future, right? So that's what we call past karma. Karma is the things that we do, things that we say, things that we think about. It's our behavior, our past behavior. Our past behavior will allow, it makes us to react to people a certain way. So when you interact with people, there are two choices that you make. There are two choices. One choice is you can be happy about it or be sad about it. If you want to have happy results, then the Buddha says that through this law of conditionality, that you feed it with positive energy or positive conditions. For example, if you look at somebody and you are already negative, then you will see that person negative as well. And even if that person tries to cheer you up, you won't be cheerful because you are yourself already negative. But in the case, if you are very positive and you see everybody is being joyful, right? So that's why if you want to have people treating you nice, then you should have the positivity in you by treating other people nice with loving kindness and compassion. On the other hand, we can also have a negative outcome with negative emotions. Right? People try to cheer us up, people try to help us, but we ourselves don't want to be cheered up, and we keep putting negative thoughts in us, and therefore we are creating this negative condition that when we treat people, we will treat people with negative action as well, and not loving kindness. So the past we cannot change. Whatever you have done in the past, you cannot change. But in Buddhism, it teaches that we are in control. Not everything is predestined. So our current environment, how we interact with people, you decide how you want to treat people. You want to treat people with loving kindness or hatred. It's all up to you. But what's going to come back to you is either suffering or happiness. Right? So Buddhism is saying that happiness and suffering is up to you, and nobody's making you upset. because nobody can. You are upset because you allow people to make you upset, but really, in reality, you are happy. Because if you are really happy and you're really confident, I cannot say you are sad today. You are sad right now. I cannot do that because you have decided to be happy. And therefore, Buddhism puts the power, that ability, that decision in your hands, in the individual. And so that's what this is, the law of conditionality. It opens up endless possibilities of how you can be. You can decide to be happy today, or you can decide to be sad today. And it's all up to us. That's, in Buddhism, that's what it's teaching. Okay, so we have a few minutes left, 25 minutes or so. I'll open up for questions. We'll go around for questions. And if we have some time, we have some Lego movies that the students they made. We teach them how to use computers, how to do video editing, sound editing, and to create a set and to write script. So all the technical skills that we teach them, and they put together these videos that we would like to share with you if we have time. Okay. So why don't we open up for questions? And again, teachers and parents, take part, have fun, ask questions, perhaps on behalf of the students, or maybe their observations, what you've seen that you have questions about, or anything about Buddhism that you would like to know, and we will try our best to make it fun and to answer the questions. Anything that you observe that you would like to know more, or perhaps you've seen outside that you want to know more about Buddhism. On this side, any questions? Questions? No? Questions? No questions? No? Have any questions about Buddhism you would like to ask? Okay, Joaquin.
So there's the three statues over there. The middle one is Siddhartha, right?
Yes.
So who are the
other two? Okay. So Siddhartha was before he became enlightened, and then he became Shakyamuni Buddha, which is the name of the tribe. Shaki was the name of the tribe. So he was known as an enlightened person of that tribe, essentially. That was his name. So the middle one is the historical Buddha. The other two are more like, the other two are called compassionate Bodhisattva, and then the earth store Bodhisattva.
Yes. On the right hand side, you see that compassion Bodhisattva is the same one with the chanting hall. One who in the chanting hall is standing, and this one is sitting, for the same person.
Yes. Again, these are these are symbolisms to remind us to practice compassion, to help those that we can help.
Let me explain a little bit more about the Asura Bodhisattva. For compassion, Buddha, she's used kindness to love and care for everyone. But the Asura Bodhisattva, he accepts all the problems, all the suffering, and he'll help them. For sentient beings from the three realms, from animals, eagles, and hungry ghosts, from that to liberate out and to become a better place.
Yes. Okay. Alan? How many gods or Buddhas in Buddhism? So in Buddhism, Buddhism does not believe in the one single entity creating everything because of conditionality, but Buddhism does recognize there are heavenly beings, gods, and those are those who are very meritorious. They help people, and it's just another realm. So it's an infinite number of gods and Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. So it's infinite. What is the most important one? So it depends on your focus. For example, for the Pure Land, what we practice here, the most important figure is the Amida Buddha. But if you practice other meditation or other schools, then other Bodhisattvas, because each Buddha has his or her ability. And so when you have a certain specialization, then you go study with the Buddha. Does it make sense? So each person, it's just like your name on your business card. You might be a CEO, or you may be a CFO, or even some executive member, but you can hold different titles. And Buddhas too, they have different abilities, but sometimes when they're in that role, they display that ability. They play their role. And so we have so many Buddhas because that represents our infinite virtues and abilities to do many, many things. And so whatever that you are resonating with, that you want to specialize in, then you study with that Buddha to make that Buddha to be the most important figure. Does that make sense, Alan? Any other questions here? Yes? No? How about parents, teachers? Yes.
Specifically the snake plant, does the snake plant symbolize something, or is it just more for decor?
Yeah, it's more for decor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, just for decoration. Yeah. The snake looking. The plant.
The plant.
Yeah.
Those are good.
Yeah, I've heard that they give up good energy or something like that. Yeah.
Good energy, a lot of oxygen.
Yeah, lots of energy.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, any questions here, parents, teachers?
Are those, you don't read chants, are those sutras written on the sides, or just the
Yeah, sutra. So the one you see facing is called the Buddha Speaks Amida Sutra. And then that's a short version. And then the other one, the long name, which is a longer version of it. It's the same thing, but another version. Yeah, so that's the name. Those are names of sutras.
What are sutras?
Sorry?
What are sutras?
Oh, sutras are scriptures, books. The words that the Buddha spoke, and people they memorized for 500 years. There was no writing; it was not accessible to everybody, and so they remembered. And then I guess over time, people's memory started to degrade, so they started to write down. Where writing became more accessible. Because not everybody was literate. Not everybody could read and write back in the ancient days. But as people became more accustomed to writing, they started to write down, and the writing became sutras. Does it make sense? Okay, any other comments?
When they say on the left-hand side of 佛说阿弥陀经, this means the Buddha speaking about of the sutra.
Because we have a few minutes left. So what I want to show you is, so before I have Lego videos to show you, but just to wrap this up, the whole purpose of this future is to introduce you to various forms of religion. Right? We have Christianity, you have Muslim, you have Buddhism, and so when you are exposed to different religion, the whole purpose is that you recognize and you understand one another. Right? So when you grow up, that you have understanding for one another and to tolerate. And so they remind you that the statues we have in the chanting hall, the great strength Bodhisattva represents confidence, to believe in yourself. And then the great compassion on the other side is about emotional positivity. And great equality here is when you have done all these and you come to perfection, then you have equality. Equality towards yourself, equality towards your friends and loved ones, and equality towards strangers, and including even your foes and enemies, and all sentient beings, all living beings. So that's the aspiration of Buddhism, is to have this loving kindness towards all sentient beings. So the takeaway of today's future is that you learn about other religions, including your own, more, so that you can be more tolerable then you can accept and understand one another. Does it make sense? Okay. So we have these 3 videos here, and I want to share with you the few minutes we have left. How about we show you the golden plate? How about the golden plate video? Now again, these videos were made by students here, and we taught them how to use the computers to generate these Lego movies.
In his practice of meditation. The news of this was spread among the monks of the Chidavana monastery in Savatthi. One evening, a few monks were discussing the impatient monk in the preaching hall when the Buddha entered.
What were you talking about before I came in? Oh, monks, not only today, but even in the past, by not persevering and cultivating proper behavior, such a monk became bound to be angry from birth to birth.
The Buddha then told a story about the monk's past. Once upon a time, in a place called Sierre, there were 2 salesmen of pots and pans and handmade trinkets. One was good and the other greedy. They agreed to divide the town between them. They also said that after one had gone through his area, it was all right for the other to try and sell where the first had already been. One day, the greedy salesman was coming down the street where a poor little girl and her mother lived. The girl saw him and asked her mother to buy her a bracelet. Mother, may I buy a bracelet? How can we buy bracelets? We are so poor. Can we use our black sooty oak plate to trade for it? Having given some thoughts and wanting the daughter to be happy, the mother agreed to give it a try. We have this oak plate, and we don't know how much it's worth. But would you be so kind to trade your bracelet for it? The man took it, and while examining it, he scratched the bottom of it, and to his surprise, he saw that underneath the snoot was pure gold. The greedy merchant decided to scam these poor people so he could get the plate for next to nothing.
Why should I buy this filthy old plate? There is no value in this. You are out of your insane minds.
The greedy merchant left, thinking he would come back later when they would accept even less for the plate. While the greedy merchant was away, the good merchant was heading down the street towards the house. Can we please get a bracelet? The mother handed the plate to the salesman to examine.
Yo, it is a golden plate. All my goods and money together are not worth as much as this rich golden plate.
The mother was shocked at this discovery, but now she knew that he was indeed a good and honest fellow. So she said she would be glad to accept whatever he could trade for it.
Okay, my good man, we are glad to accept whatever you could trade for it.
Yay!
I'll give you all my pots and pans and trinkets, plus all my money, if you will let me just keep 8 coins on my balancing scale, with its cover to put the golden plate in.
After they made the trade, the good merchant went to the river and paid the 8 coins to the ferryman to take him across. The greedy salesman had returned, already adding a huge imaginary problems in his head. He was hurrying back to the house to make a deal with their mother.
All right, ladies, I have changed my mind and I want to help you with a very sweet deal. I will give you a few cents for this useless, black, sooty, old plate. That's how good I am.
Sir, you lied to us. You greedy man. We already sold that plate to the other merchant. The greedy merchant wasn't ashamed of his lies. He was so angry that he didn't get the golden plate.
No way! Which way did he go? He wronged me, he won't make a fool out of me.
The greedy merchant ran to the river and saw the good merchant crossing the river.
Ah! You get back here this instant! The plate is mine! Get back here! It must be mine! It's supposed to be mine! Ah!
Seeing that he couldn't do anything, the greedy merchant exploded with rage. He beat his chest and had a heart attack. He was so mad man, he started coughing up blood and died on the spot. The Buddha then concluded the spectacular story by identifying the births.
The foolish, greedy salesman was Devadatta. The wise and good salesman whom I have become today became the Buddha. In previous lives, Devadatta performed bad deeds was carried on with him. Therefore, he became hateful, petty, and ignorant. He suffered the consequences of his previous actions.
The moral is, honesty is the best policy. And also remember to cultivate good behavior, speech, and thought. Your kind actions will always come back to you.
Maybe we can play a game before. Master will lead us to do a little game here.
When you guys were in the Chancellor Hall, I noticed that you chanting very loud. So what we can do is called chasing choir game. This means that every row that we will chant Ami Bo, and then I will point whichever the row of each row will take turn to chant. Whoever chant louder, you will get the gifts for today. Okay? Very excited on?
Competition is on.
Okay.
So which row you have to work together and chant the loudest you can.
Okay. And we start first with Ami for everyone to say out loud before we get started. Okay. One, 2, 3.
Ami.
Okay, one more time. Okay, so who wants, which row wants to start?
Which row thinks that they can be the loudest? Over here.
Who wants to start? Okay. One,
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Quickly. This row.
This row.
This row. Awesome. First row. Excellent. This first row. Come on.
Come on.
He wants to retry.
Okay, one more time.
One more time.
One more time. What about the back row?
Yeah, back row.
1, 2, 3.
Ami.
Awesome. This row.
Ami.
Wow. Have you eaten yet?
No.
No? Okay.
You're hungry?
We'll have the good lunch. Okay, one more time.
We try.
Okay.
One more time. 1, 2, 3, go.
Ami Topho.
This row.
Ami Topho.
This row.
Ami.
This row.
Ami Topho.
Wow, so we have 3 teams that have a loud.
Anybody thinks they can do louder, they can do better. All right.
Let's do by the group, this side and that side. How's
Okay.
that?
Into
Okay.
2 groups, okay? This
Two
side,
groups.
okay? This side first
You
together.
want to go start first? You guys want to start first. So this side will be one team, this side will be one team. Who wants to go first?
All right, they're ready. They're ready over here.
1, 2, 3, go!
Okay.
In the game.
Okay, so we have, I think, 9 minutes left, and we have 2 videos. Do you guys want to watch another video? Okay, so we have which one? The funny video? Okay.
Just say you want.
Saviti is a large city in ancient India. When Buddha visits Saviti, he stays at a monastery built for him. The monastery is surrounded by big trees and colorful flowers. It is very peaceful, and birds love to be near the monastery. There was a senior monk by the name of Sayurakita, who also resides in Saviti city. The monk had a sister. When his sister gave birth to a son, she named the child after the monk, and he came to be known as Sayurakita Bhaganaya. The sister took her newborn to be blessed by the monk.
Venerable, this is my newborn. Will you bless him?
What a wonderful child. May you be a good and happy child.
Years pass. The child has grown up and wants to join his uncle to become a monk.
Mother, I wish to join Uncle Venerable Sayurakita to become a monk.
All right, son. If that is your wish, then we shall go see your uncle Sayurakita.
I should admit you into Sangha, a community of monks.
Young Sayurakita is now a monk. In India, the rainy season can last a few months. During this time, it can rain heavily. Most people stay inside to be safe.
To be safe.
Sometime later, a friend comes to visit young Sayurakita and gifts him with 2 sets of robes.
When the rainy season is over, I will share 1 set of my robes with my uncle Sayurakita. Yes, the rainy season is over. I'm going to pay my respects to my venerable uncle with a visit. I bet my uncle will be very happy to receive my gift. Venerable uncle, won't you accept my offering of this robe?
I have enough robes and will not accept your gift.
But venerable uncle, this is a brand new robe. Won't you reconsider accepting it?
Thank you, but I have enough and won't accept your offer. Today's weather is hot. Why don't you fan me while I meditate?
Very well, venerable uncle.
The young monk felt disheartened because his uncle refused the robe.
My uncle didn't take my offering. He must not appreciate me. I'm very sad and disappointed. Maybe it's better that I leave the Sangha and live the life of a layman. What am I going to do with this robe? I know. I will sell the robe and buy a she-goat. The she-goat will breed quickly, and I will make some money. I won't become a monk anymore. Yes, that's awesome! Whee! With this money, I will get married and raise a family.
He meets a girl and they finally get married. One year later, young Sayurakita and his wife welcome a newborn child.
Honey, we should take our newborn and pay my uncle a visit. Honey, I want to hold the baby.
Dear, please drive the car. And don't worry about the baby.
But I want to hold the baby. He's so cute.
Please, just drive the cart.
They were too busy fighting over the baby. They didn't notice that there was a rock in front of the carriage that they can run over. Then Sayurakita was really mad about his baby almost slipping out of the car and tried to hit his wife with a stick.
You were able to beat your wife. Why have you beaten an old monk?
Young monk was very much surprised and embarrassed at the words of the old monk. He also became extremely frightened, so he fled. Another young monk chased after him all over the monastery. He caught him and brought him into the presence of Buddha.
Your mind can take control over subconscious impulses. The mind can be taught to control impulsive behavior through understanding and proper communication. Also, the mind has the ability to think of an object even though it may be far away. And that one should strive hard for liberation from the bondage of passion, ill will, and ignorance.
also I got a request from a gentleman that want to visit the library. So we only have 3 minutes. So I will take whoever interested in visit our library that will bring you guys up to see.
Our parents, teachers are okay, just have 3 minutes left. Yeah?
Okay, so who wants to go with me? One? Okay, all of you
And
please.
I guess the rest we can start distributing the gifts. So anybody who wants to go see the library, please follow the Venmo Master. See, okay, and leave the pencils. You may take the water with you. And then as you exit, you can retrieve your gifts. So we'll see you at the park for lunch. So at the park. Yeah, take the water with you. Just leave the pencil.
Imagine you actually take the pencil. Imagine I eat the pencil.
You need the pencil?
I have never eaten a pencil. Chocolate pencils don't count. Shut up. You bully. You bully. You bully. You bully.
You have to take every shot and you put them together. Yeah.
Oh, right here. Take your shoes. Remove your shoes here. Yeah. Remove your shoes. Remove your shoes and sit all the way towards the front. Go ahead, remove your shoes and take a seat anywhere towards the front. Go ahead, remove your shoes and rotate the small cushions and sit anywhere towards the front. Go ahead and take a seat anywhere towards the front. Turn the small cushion around so you can sit comfortably.
There's no running in the attendant hall, only walking, okay? Please.
Okay? Yeah, take a seat anywhere. Turn the small cushion around. Turn the small cushion around so that you can sit facing forward. Turn the cushions around. turn the cushions around so you can sit facing forward.
All the teachers and parents, please be seated.
Yeah. Take part in this and have a seat. Be comfortable. Okay, welcome to the Media Society once again. Good afternoon. This is the main hall of the Media Society building. This is where we do our meditations, our chanting. Before we begin, the master will lead us through a calming, relaxing meditation for a few minutes. Hopefully you won't fall asleep. You just had a big lunch.
So everyone ready for 5 minutes sleeping? No, just
So hopefully not sleeping.
It's not sleeping, it's called meditation, okay? So I know that it's hot outside, you just, so I want, if after lunch you feel like sit in, you will be sleeping. No, we don't want to do that. So we want to start the meditation only 5 minutes. But the 5 minutes will help you to remove all the bad energy and you remove all the troublesome or any hardness away. When you walk into the Tempting Hall, whatever not good, you leave it outside. When you come in here, you bring a good atmosphere to yourself and to the other person next to you. So I would like everyone, please, if you can do the half, like this.
Half lotus flower.
Half lotus flower. You are sitting on the lotus. So if you can do the half lotus flower, to see if you can do it.
Or just be comfortable.
Yeah, different.
Because you sit in lotus flower, it keeps your body stable, that's why. But any position is comfortable with you, is fine.
Normally when we do meditation, we'll have the palm, the right hand side, to put on the top of the left hand side. Can you do?
Yeah, right hand over left palm, and then put your hands in your lap here. Yeah, right hand over
Right
left.
hand on top. So we want the energy to flowing around ourselves. So that it's like a circle, energy going around ourselves. It's not going outside. So the next steps, I would like everyone to slightly close your eyes.
Keep it open. A little
A
bit
little bit open, but not completely because you will be easy to fall asleep. Okay. So let's start and relax.
Or maybe don't close your eyes, just keep open there.
No, close the eyes. It's okay. It's
Okay,
okay.
don't fall asleep. Don't
Just
fall
hold
asleep.
it just a little bit. You see Buddha? The Buddha is not closing completely. To have a little bit line to see other people. So let's do it. Relax. Relax your shoulders. This gentleman, you vessel 10. Relax, okay? Okay. Feel like relax. Everything let it go. Your mind concentrate on yourself. Close your eyes a little bit. And let go of all the wandering thoughts. To focus. Simple to relax. Relax.
Breathe in and out. When you breathe in, you know you're breathing in. And breathe out, you know you're breathing out. Relax the body, drop your shoulders. Now imagine that you're breathing in all the positive energy and breathe out all the stress and tension. So your body becomes nimble, soft, flexible. Breathe out all the stress from your feet, your knees, thighs, lower back, upper back, elbows, shoulders, neck. Breathe out all the stress and tension. What's remaining is pure comfort. course, your favorite place. It can be a park, a room, beach, mountains, wherever that you are happy and comfortable with, you are walking towards it. Breathe in and out. When you finally get there, you notice that it's very cool, or you like warm. It's warm, it's nice, the breeze. You can feel the breeze. You can feel the warmth from the sun. It's bright, but it's beautiful. And if you are in your room, you open your windows to let the sun in, to let the cool air in. Or if you're at the park or in the mountain, you look up, you see the beautiful skies, blue, beautiful skies. Clean air, fresh air. You feel awakened. You feel calm. You feel refreshing. And you look around. If you're in your room, you see the flowers. If you're at the park or in the mountains, you see the trees, the beautiful flowers, different colors. Blue, red, yellow. Very beautiful to your eyes. And you feel happy, joyful, and safe. And you see your friends, people that you would like to hang around with. You like your friends, your friend likes you. You're very happy to see them, and they're very happy to see you. It's a wonderful gathering. Breathe in and out. Breathe in, relax the body, and out. You see your friends, and you wish that they are as happy and joyful as you. You wish that they are joyful, healthy, and prosperous like you. Breathe in and out. You feel calm, relaxed, alert. You know what's going on around you, but it does not disturb you. Keep your back straight. Breathe in, your heart is filled with joy and comfort. And you wish to radiate that loving kindness or comfort to cover your friends, family, strangers, everybody in the school, that they are joyful, healthy, and prosperous like you. You are so happy that they are happy. And they too are so very happy because you are happy. Breathing and out. So much joy is in your heart that you have to release it to cover everybody in the world, everybody on earth. And you wish that they too are happy, healthy, and prosperous. And as such, you are ever more concentrated, happy, joyful, and healthy. Breathe in and out. As you are in your favorite place, your room, or the park, or in the mountains, the flowers are blooming. Beautiful flowers, red flowers, blue flowers, yellow. They look very beautiful in your eyes. And they produce fragrance very beautiful to your nose. The fragrant flowers. And you enjoy them very much, looking at them and smelling them. You feel calm, you feel joyful, you feel alert. You know everything around you, but it does not disturb you. You are your environment, and the environment is you. And as you look around, you notice there are birds coming. They chirp. They produce beautiful music. It is music to your ears. Breathe in and out. You feel the cool breeze, the warm sunlight, making you feel very calm and beautiful. Now we must come back. So slowly walk back the same path you went there. Breathe in and out. Slowly come back. Breathe in and out. You become more and more aware, more and more alert, more and more joyful. You come back and slowly open your eyes, and you are back at the Amida Society. Okay, so rotate your wrist. Massage your hands, your arms, your legs to wake up all the cells and muscles. And you may rub your palms and apply them on your face, your eyes to wake you up, very refreshing. And rub your palms and apply them to your eyes. Okay. And you may even comb your hair. That helps, feels really good. Okay, so that's who here had a good experience. Raise your hand if you liked it. Yes. So it's very healthy for the body to be able to calm the mind down. And so you can practice at home, right? Instead of playing games, you can set up 5-10 minutes to do this. And it helps you to relax. And you don't feel so much stress from friends, from school, or whatever. You can have your own space. Right? Go to your room, go to a park, or even come here during opening hours. You can come here and just sit and relax for a few minutes. And then you can be on your way. So it's open to the public. Okay, so we will describe to you, just so when we sit in meditation, that's the feeling of calm, right? The feeling of control. You will no longer be pushed around by somebody to make you feel upset or happy, but you decide to be happy. You are in control. So that's what meditation does. It allows you to take control back. Okay, so it's very healthy for the mind and for the body. Okay, so we will explain to you the statues we have, but first we will do incense offering, Qing Xiang Xiang. So before we do that, I would like to have two volunteers, one this side, one this side. Okay, you and then you. Please come up. What are your names? Sylvia? Lily. Okay, Lily, you can follow this lady here. Sylvia, please follow that lady. And then the medical master will demonstrate to us the incense offering, where you do it very solemnly, slowly, gently. And you notice that the tip of the incense is burning and it has smoke. So we imagine, we visualize that smoke is spreading throughout the universe. Our loving kindness from the tip of that incense, from the center of our heart, spreading throughout the universe, loving kindness to all sentient beings, all living beings. Right? So we do this and we visualize, and then we bow 3 times. So we bow, we also visualize that we're not idolizing the statue, but we are bowing to the statue because the statues symbolize our inner virtues. So there's a difference between idolizing and bowing to a statue. Idolizing, you take a figure, like a figurine, a doll or not, and you treat it like a human being. You feed it, you bathe it, you play music, you wake it up in the morning, just like a human being. You idolize, you turn that doll into a human being. We don't do that. These are just cement. But when cement is turned to a figure like this, they symbolize our inner value. Just like the American flag, it's just a piece of fabric. But when you put, what colors are on the American flag? Red, white, blue, and what other shapes? Stars, right? So you take a piece of normal fabric, you put red stripes, blue stripes, white stripes, and put stars, then it becomes a symbol of freedom and courage, right? So it's the same thing when we bow to these statues. We are trying to bring out our inner qualities, the qualities of compassion, right? The quality of wisdom. So we all have the ability to love one another. We all have the ability to show our compassion, right? We all have that ability to control our mind, so that we don't have to depend on, or be afraid of anything. So those are our inner qualities we want to bring out. We are aspire to be better human beings. And we also have symbolisms of fruits here. Fruits here represent the law of cause and effect. For every cause with conditions, there will be effect. So when you want sweet fruit, we have to cultivate sweet seeds, the good kind of seeds you want to have, to enjoy. In other words, we do good deeds for things for us to encounter good friends, good family, and good conditions. Does that make sense? So when we look at these things, we are reminded to do good because we all want to be happy. Therefore, creating that happiness is in our hands. We take responsibility for our own happiness. Okay. So we have Sylvia, Lily, and Sylvia, right? Sophia, sorry. Okay. So Sophia holds the wooden fish, and Lily holds the bell, and we're gonna make beautiful music. So they hold the instruments, we have our voice. So we're gonna play a little game, right? To create beautiful music based on 4 syllables. Mi, Po, which is Chinese syllables. Called Amitabha, the name of Buddha or Amida Society, short for Amida. So we're going to create beautiful music out of those 4 syllables. So just for you to be familiar with, I would like you to shout with me 4 syllables. Mi, Po, Po. One more time. Mi, Po, Po. Okay, now that you know, we're going to create beautiful music out of this, okay? chant together in unison, it produces very calming music. It's music to the ears, it's music to the heart, it calms the mind down. Okay, so thank you, Sophia. We have a gift for you. And Lily, we also have a gift for you. Thank you. Okay. And talking about music and instruments, we also have other instruments, like it's a big wooden fish. And the reason we call it fish is because one special characteristic of fish is that they do not close their eyes. Right? They don't close their eyes. And what that reminds us is to always be diligent, to always put in the effort, to always put in our best. So when we play instruments, we are reminded. It's just not only playing, but we are reminded to be our best, to always try our best in whatever that we do. Then we also have the instruments, the drums. So we're going to have the Venerable Master to play a drum for us to demonstrate to you. And then whoever is at this position hitting the big bell is the controller, the orchestrator of the assembly, giving the signal to start, giving the signal to end, or about to end and then to end. So I will tap to let the other party know that I'm about to start, and I will strike this, make a sound to let the other party know that I'm about to end. So this way, it sounds beautiful, not out of control. Right? Namo whatever you observe, and then you come here, you see, does it trigger any questions that you may have? Anything that looks curious to you?
I was wondering what the god statues, like what they mean or symbolize.
Oh, okay, the gods, these statues. So we call them bodhisattvas. Bodhi means enlightened being, or the one to be enlightened. So we have in the middle is called Buddha. And then those who are almost there, there's a few more, a little bit more practice they need to do to become Buddha. So they become bodhisattvas. This bodhisattvas here with the vase and water, the water cools hotness. So in other words, it cools all the suffering. And so compassion here, when we bow, we are reminded to be compassionate. So that this bodhisattva represents compassion, loving kindness. And this bodhisattva on your left-hand side represents great strength. So you have intelligence, you have compassion, they go together. Then when you go to perfection, then you achieve Buddhahood or enlightenment.
Thank you.
Great question. Yes?
How is the Buddha or
Bodhisattva. Yeah. What?
How are they related to meditation?
Or how they relate to meditation. You look at the Buddha is very compassionate. He's holding his hand out. As opposed to gravity dragging you, but he said, if you are receptive, then here is my teaching. So you see how calm his eyes are like almost closing, meaning that he's aware because he does not have his eyes closed, but he is not disturbed. He's not looking here and there, but he's like very calm. He sees what's going on, but he is not disturbed by it. So you look at his eye, he's very meditative. But it doesn't mean that he's in a sleeping state, but very calm, but aware. Calm and aware. Yes, great question. Okay, any other questions? Anything that looks curious to you? Yes? Okay, these are called Dharma protectors, the protectors of the truth. So you can see that this is the spirit of this statue is to protect the truth. So when we bow to the statue, we are reminded to be truthful to ourselves, to do the right thing. And in this statue on your left-hand side, actually, it's a picture of an old ancient Chinese general. But because of his courage, his fidelity, and his bravery that the Chinese culture honored. And so he is representing the faithfulness to your fellow students or to fellow friends, to those who care for you, and even your enemies. You treat them accordingly. Yes. Great question. Another great question before we move on. Okay, maybe before we move on, what do you feel about meditation? What we just did, yeah? Yes, yeah? So how were you receptive to it? Any feedback? Is this something that you would like to continue doing in the future? Yeah, you like to learn more? Like I said, it's very helpful because it helps you focus the mind, and then it reduces all your worries, all your stress, because you know that stress cannot come to you because you are in complete control. You experienced it when you're in that moment. There's no stress, meaning that stress does not truly exist. It only exists because we want it to exist. So if we treat our friends right, we do our homework, we do things right, we don't feel remorse. You have no remorse. You don't feel remorseful. You don't have remorse. Then you don't feel bad. So in Buddhism, we do the right things because it leads to happiness essentially. Because you have done nothing wrong, right? So knowing that you have done nothing wrong is a very powerful and positive energy within you. Every day, at the end of the day, if you can look yourself in the mirror and say, I have done nothing wrong, it's very powerful, right? And so when you feel positive, you sit in meditation, you feel calm. Nothing will disturb you. So that's why in Buddhism, we do a lot of good deeds because it helps with meditation. When you do good deeds, you have nothing to regret about, then you can sit and enjoy that moment. Does it make sense?
We also have free books outside if you're interested in learning more Buddhism. We have English books outside, and if you're interested in, you're more than welcome to take them home to read.
Yeah, we have a wide selection of free books here, so maybe after today, when you have time, you drop by and look at our selection of books, the free distribution, or you can come here and sit for a few minutes before you move on. Okay. Are there any other comments, questions? Any maybe questions about meditation practice we said or we just did?
How about the instruments? You're interested in? Okay. So, the drum is, this is leather made from the cow, and then this is made from wood. And we put them all together and we play it when we have service together. We do service for 2 hours. We have a service to do for 5 hours. So we use instruments to, outside we use guitar, we do drums, different kind of music. But in here, we do very simple, like wooden fish, like a bell, very simple to hit to And the note, we have the note to sing with the song. One of the symbol that we just do it today. See, Amitofo. That's just for the name of the Buddha, but we put it in music so people hear it very harmonized, but are very comfortable. I want to hear more. So we put it in the music with the drums or with the fish. You feel like you want to listen the whole day. And then make your mind calm so you can use that. And outside we have a chanting machine that has the music to you're more than welcome to take them home when you have time. If you don't have any music, you just turn it on to the chanting and you follow that with the melody and you just sit in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So by that way you can do it. And if you're more than interested in, Kenny has a class, meditation class every first week of the month on Sunday.
Yes.
So you're more than welcome to join him because he has things with class for teach meditation too, and have a Dharma class right after that. So we have a lot of opportunity for you if you're interested in learning. For example, instruments. I will teach in Chinese or Vietnamese or English class for that after this class. So you're more than welcome to join us to learn how we sing, how we use instruments. Thank you. Thank you for the question. In the back.
Yes. Questions?
No,
Oh, yes.
How many times do you meditate during the day?
How many times do we meditate during the day?
It depends on your schedule. Normally when we get up early in the morning, as a monk, we're supposed to get up early and we sit meditation. And we do meditation, we do chanting, and we do prostrating, it's mean bowing to the Buddha. And then during the day, we see, depends on the schedule you have, we have to read sutra, we have to study sutra, we have to listen to Dhamma talk, and we do all the work related to our daily lives. And at night, we do that again, meditating and reading sutra. So it depends on the work that we have. The more you do, the more mind you'll get clear and you'll feel like you're into it.
Right, so a few minutes that you were sitting in meditation, you felt positive, right? Relaxed. So you start your day out very positively. And then you end your day in a positive note as well. So during that time, morning to end, you can do a lot of work, very creative work without feeling stressed. Without feeling stressed out. So you start your day very positive, you do a lot of work, creative work, you contribute, you do hard work, good work, and then at the end of the day, you end the day with a very positive note as well. So your whole day is very positive, very productive.
So you might try out, for example, if you have a very busy day, and then sometimes you can think of the problems not thoroughly, and then you find so many different ways, but you cannot find the answer. The better way is sit meditation. Just sit there, relax. Just try, like what we did, to think of the place that you will be going, or the beautiful place, and you put in mind what you through the beautiful pictures. And slowly your mind will calm down, and you will see the situation will be solved during the meditation. That's why we like to meditate, because it not only help us to clear our mind, to refresh our mind, but it helps us to resolve a lot of problems.
Okay, so why don't we rise, retrieve your shoes, and then we go over to this side to the lecture hall. Okay, so please rise. If you can put your cushions back, rotate the small cushion, yes, to the side.
Sit all the way in.
Yeah, go all the way inside. Make room for your friends.
All the way, fill out the space for your friend, okay? All the way.
Yeah, go all the way in to make room for your friends. Go all the way in, make room for your friends. You can start the second row, next row. Yeah, go ahead. Go all the way in. Yeah, start next row. Did anybody lose their phone? Okay, so in front of you, you have water, pencil, and paper. The water you can drink, paper you can write on, the pencil you can use, but leave the pencil. You're done. Okay, so we will give you a brief presentation, and then we can open for discussions, questions, any other curiosities you may have that you want to discuss. So I would like the teachers and the parents to take part in it so we have fun, ask questions, maybe talk about your observations, what you like, what you learn, share with students, or ask questions on behalf of the students to make it fun and engaging. Okay, before we talk about the Buddha and his teaching, we will talk briefly about his life. Does anybody here know the name of the Indian prince that was to become either a spiritual leader or a king? Raise your hands if you know who. Yes. Siddhartha Gautama. Yes. What's your name? Henry. All right, here's a gift for you. Thank you, Henry. Yes. So indeed, the prince's name was Siddhartha Gautama, and he was born to King Sahadana and Queen Maya, and what today we know as Nepal, back in 563 BCE, before Common Era. And his name Siddhartha means one who achieved. So his parents had high aspiration about this little child, this newborn. It was a tradition in India to have astrologers come to make predictions of the babies. And it was said that the king invited 500 astrologers, and they came down to essentially 2 predictions. What were the 2 predictions? Does anybody know? The two predictions of this newborn baby. Either he was going to become king or religious spiritual teacher. Okay, so I'll give you both. What's your name? Angela, and then your? Mood. Okay, here you go. Congratulations. Well, I will have more questions, but if you answer the right question, we'll have gifts for you, okay? To make it fun. So it was, his father had high aspiration for his son because he was, his country was surrounded by many powerful kingdoms. And if he did not have somebody to take on the lineage, then his country would be swallowed up by bigger kingdoms. So that's why he did not want to, they had 2 predictions, but he really wanted to know for sure which path the child was going to take. So he was advised to invite another astrologer, which was very famous at the time, and his name was Asita. And Asita was 120 years old at the time in the mountains. And when he came to see the baby, he had one prediction only. And that prediction was that he was going to become an enlightened person. But when he held this baby, he cried with tears. Tears of happiness, but also tears of sadness. Happy was because he knew for sure that this world would have an enlightened being, the spiritual teacher, to help sentient beings out of suffering. But he was also sad. Sad because he was already 120 years old and he was not going to live long enough to learn from this spiritual leader, enlightened being. His father did not like the prediction at all by Sita. He wanted to hear his son was going to be a powerful military leader, a king. And he had not only he wanted Asita to be the king of his country, but he wanted Siddhartha Gautama to be the universal monarch, to rule the entire India. So he had high aspiration of his newborn. So what he did was he trained his child with great teachers. So he taught him fencing, archery, horse riding, on all kinds of different skills to equip him to be the great warrior of India. But the Buddha never went to war to demonstrate his martial arts skills, his military powers. But there was one time that he was able to demonstrate that, and that was when he became of age, and there was a neighboring country with a princess, a daughter, who also became of age, that the king wanted to marry her. But because she was so beautiful, that other neighboring countries also wanted their sons, the princes, to marry her. That king did not want to risk waging a war, causing a war to happen. So he came up with a scheme, and that was to have a contest. Whoever won the contest would have the hand, of his daughter, the king's daughter. So that was when Siddhartha went to the contest to beat out all the other contestants, all the great warriors as well. And that was the only time that the Buddha, Siddhartha, was able to, we could see from him his martial arts ability. And later on, it really helped him with searching for the true sitting meditation. So when he got a little bit older, he wanted to see around him, his country. So he went out to tour his country, and he saw 4 sights. What were the 4 sights that he saw? Yes.
Like people suffering.
Suffering, yes.
Sickness or death?
Yeah, sickness and death. Okay, we have a gift for you. Okay.
War.
Huh?
Fighting.
Fighting? Not quite, but yes. Yes, you can say that. So it's essentially the 4 sights were old age, he saw, sickness, and death. So he realized that nobody could escape all these 3 problems. And it made him really sad because he could not come up with a solution to help his people, to help his family to escape these problems. When he was heading back home, that he saw a holy man, a person sitting on the street. And he saw this serene person sitting on the street, and he realized that there might be a solution to this problem. So from this, as Buddhists, when we read the stories of the Buddha, we learn that we always face problems. But if we have the courage to face our problems, we will find solution. And so that's what the Buddha was demonstrating as we learn about his biography, was that no matter how difficult things may be, but if you can persist and don't give up, you will find the solution. Does it make sense? Okay. So when he realized that he wanted to search for the truth to help his people and all living beings, and he went, history goes, he sat under the Bodhi tree of practice for 6 years, sat under the Bodhi tree for 49 days or a certain period of time, and he realized the truth. So what did he realize? The scripture told us that he realized what?
Like all people are united by suffering.
Yes, suffering, yes. That's a comment. So 4 noble truths. Very good. Your name? Rick. Okay, very good, Rick. So the 4 noble truths was the basic principles that he discovered. And the first principle that he discovered is dukkha. And dukkha, like you said, Rick, it translates suffering, but it's really dissatisfaction. Well, what the meaning behind that is that it's really a motivation for us to be better. Because, for example, if you take an exam and you have a B, if you say you are happy with it, then you're a B student. But if you are dissatisfied with that B and you want an A, then right, that dissatisfaction is very positive, right? It motivates you to achieve an A. So that's what dissatisfaction here means. is in life we know that we can always be better. And that's what it is to be, no matter how much money you have, you will never be happy. No matter how many parties you attend, you will never be happy because the nature of it is that things will change. And the reason that we are not happy, the Buddha says, realized, is that because of selfishness, we want those things to belong to us. And the more that we have, the more fear, and therefore it leads to suffering. So it doesn't stop there. It goes on to say that yes, there is happiness. All this is not, it's not fruitless. There is happiness, and it is really a state of no suffering. In Buddhism, it does not focus too much on happiness, but no suffering, because if there is still pursuit of happiness, then there's still selfishness, and that will lead you back to suffering. That's what this principle is about. But how you get there is very practical. The Buddha lays out in the Eightfold Path, and what that is to do the right thing, right speech, right karma, do good deeds, be skillful, be good, be kind. That's do the right things, and when you help other people, you collaborate to make things better. That's teamwork. And when you end selfishness, it leads you to happiness. So this may be very remote to you, but what does this all mean? This is how we can illustrate it. We know that we have our past. We call past karma. Karma is from what you do, what you say, what you think. That's karma. You cannot change the karma, but it influences you how you deal with people. So every time you deal with somebody, or you eat your food, or you play your games, or you read a book and you go to school, you have two choices. You either are happy going to school or not, or sad going to school. It's up to you. Nobody's making you sad to go to school. Nobody is making you happy to go to school. You decide whether you're going to be happy or not. And if you want to be happy, then you have to put in the positive conditions. If you want people to be nice to you, you have to be nice to people, right? So that's what the first thing is, that if you want people to be kind to you, then you should be kind to others. But if you are not kind to others, then you are creating negative conditions. Therefore, the result is that people will not be kind to you. The environment will not be kind to you. So what Buddhism is teaching us is that the past we cannot change, but the future and the current we can change. We can change to use kind words towards other people. We can decide, we have the power, the ability to show our compassion and to be kind in what we say. Right? So it's all within our control when we do that. So when we using kind words, compassion, selflessness, we help other people, then the result is that those positive things come back to us. So that's essentially the teaching of the Buddha, is to take responsibility for what we do, right, and not to blame on anybody. Does it make sense? Yeah. Okay. So we have about half an hour here, and I would like to. We have a few Lego fun movies to show you, but before we do that, we can open up for questions and answers, and based on what you have seen, maybe something looks curious to you that you would like to ask. So I would like to invite the Venerable Masters to come join me, and then we go around and ask questions. Okay, maybe how about here? Any questions you have? Okay, we'll come back to you. Okay, we'll come back to you. Any questions that you no? Well, you're making it really easy for us. Any questions? Okay. Any questions? Okay.
Oh, yes.
Okay,
yes.
I have a
Good.
question.
Yes.
Were we supposed to write all of those down?
If it helps, if you like it. Yeah.
You need to do the report.
I don't know if you have to do a report. Last field trip, not this one, last field trip, Mr. Loomis, he asked.
In March, what's in March?
Loomis, yeah, Mr. Loomis, he asked his students to write down
Yeah.
the questions and answers and so, yeah, whatever that you, I don't know what the assignments for you guys
We
are.
don't have any science, so I was like really worried that I was supposed to do all this
Okay.
stuff. I was like, shoot. Actually,
Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah.
For the future, if people ask you, how do you feel? What did you learn? I don't know.
no, I still.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Okay, then you can share with them what you learned and how you feel the meditation, how you feel the food, and ask them, you want to join us next time? That.
Okay. How about any questions? You see? Any questions here? How are you, ladies?
No?
No?
Gentlemen, you have a question?
Yes.
Oh, you have, okay.
I'm curious about what is the Buddhist belief in terms of the afterlife and reincarnation?
Okay, very good. Yeah, those are intriguing questions, so we'd like you to ask those questions. It makes it more fun. So the question is, what does Buddhism say about life after death? Okay, one. Okay. In Buddhism, life is continuous, not in a sense that it's the same thing that goes in circle, but it is based on conditionality. The example is like a bush fire. You can see a whole bunch of fire, but as the fire migrates, there's different kinds of fire. The flames are different, right? So we, in Buddhism believes that there is not so-called soul, but there is a consciousness, a stream of consciousness, a flow of consciousness like the river. It flows, but it's never the same. You can never say this point is the same as that. But you cannot say it's different river. So we, after death, because of the desire to exist, the desire to enjoy, that leads us back to another state of existence. Because we have this experience, and it's very difficult to break out of the cycle of life and death because we live in this life for 80 years, 100 years, whatnot, and we are used to it, and our consciousness is used to it. We mold that way, and so we have this anticipation to want to live again and again. And because the body dies, but the consciousness remains in a sense that it will transform. And so in Buddhism, that it will transform to another state. But whether you, and what state of that, it depends on how you have lived your life. If you have lived your life with kindness, then you are very probable that you will resonate with those people who are kind. And so you will go to where you feel comfortable. We all want to be with those who we feel comfortable, right? So we always want to go to an environment that we feel comfortable. So some people feel very comfortable, like drug lords, for example. They feel comfortable in that environment. We don't feel that comfortable. We look at killing, we don't. Some people get excited when they see killing, for example. So they are resonating with that. So when they are looking for another life, they will be born in that environment. Whereas we like peacefulness, so we are more likely to choose a place to be reborn. But the problem, Buddhism is going outside of good and bad. Buddhism has nothing, no particular stand about bad or good. Buddhism says it is what it is. Buddhism is about purity, going beyond good and bad, because you are helping somebody. You're being good to somebody, but you may be affecting negatively somebody else. So in Buddhism, it doesn't take any stand of whether it's good or bad, or heaven or hell. It's just that's where you want to go. And sometimes we say, well, why would I want to go to hell? That's ridiculous. But if we think about it, we do this to ourselves all the time. For example, we get angry. We feel satisfied that we take our anger out on somebody, right? When we are angry, we like to yell at that person. When that person is down, we like to kick that person. And so that's, to satisfy that anger, at that moment, it feels very satisfactory. But afterwards, you, oh my God, what did I do? I hurt that person like that. So then you have remorse. And so when we're already in that state, it's already too late to back out. But we do that to ourselves all the time. We say, oh, I'm so stupid, or we put a lot of negative thoughts. We are harming ourselves all the time without knowing it. And so when we say, why would I want to go to hell? That's ridiculous. But we're doing that to ourselves all the time. So in Buddhism, how we live our lives is preparation for a next life. And the reason that it's next life because we have not stopped our consciousness from reaching out, always wanting to feel the emptiness in us. We're always looking for a place to belong to, and that's the reason, according to Buddhism. Does that make sense? Great questions. Great.
I learned it last.
Basically means you're somebody who pays attention.
Great question. Appreciate it. Any other question? Maybe. Yeah. Go ahead, Rick. I already answered your question.
I was about to answer a question.
Oh, go ahead. What was your answer?
I forgot the question.
But maybe you've been through a Christian church and a mosque. Maybe something that you want to share or contrast, compare. Yes.
In the mosque and this place, I noticed that you two both one of the main common concepts of the religion is to help make yourself accountable for your actions. That's the common thing.
Oh, yeah.
Muslim and Islamic and Buddhism.
Yeah. Oh, okay, great.
It's really cool.
Yeah, good observation. Okay.
She has a comment. She says that her whole family is a Buddhist. So I told her, why don't you ask your family to come over here to join our service? And she said, she should have. So hopefully looking forward.
The thing is, more than half my family is in Vietnam. So, yeah.
Well, they can come here. I am Vietnamese, so I can speak Chinese, Chinese, English, and Vietnamese too. So they're more than welcome to join us and use Vietnamese, our own languages to help them.
Yeah, this place is open to the public. So.
Yes.
Great observation. Any other? Yeah.
Are you guys open here on New Year's and stuff? Do you guys
Yes,
do
yeah.
rituals?
Some, yeah. Yes.
Tell my mom about it.
Okay, any other questions, observations? Maybe something that made you curious? Okay. How about we do a quick game and then we do a movie. So I have 3 movies that I want to show you before we do movies. We have funny videos, funny movie, action movies, and the golden plate. But before we do that, let's play a little game. And the master will lead us in that game.
I've noticed that you guys like to sing, right? Especially you like to sing. So we can start it with Ami Tofu in the side of the Tenzin Hall. We'll bring it here so everyone will be able to practice and sing together Ami Tofu.
And you challenge each other.
But if you sing louder, you'll get the gifts. Okay? So there will be little competitions. You'll see which row will sing louder. So if you have more men in your rows and then you sing louder, you get gifts. But it doesn't mean that your rows cannot be louder, right? So let's start with first Ami Tofu. We say together. 1, 2, 3.
Ami Tofu. Ami Tofu.
How about this one? I can't hear from you. Have you
Louder.
gotten your lunch yet? Is it enough for you? Well, how come I don't hear? Especially you.
One more time.
Ami Tofu. Excellent. What about you?
So you get a gift.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, now we'll start.
Can I scream this in a microphone?
No. No. Okay, so parents and teachers, you will be joining us too, okay?
To
So
join the fun.
When I point, for example, I said, you go first, here.
And the whole row.
The whole row said, Ami Tofu. If I go like here, you say army, of course, I will point different direction. Whoever.
So you have to pay
say,
attention because he can point at any table.
Yeah, any table, and then.
You have to pay attention and be
So,
quick.
so
You have to be quick.
which row wants to go first?
Okay, just roll.
Oh. How about the parents go first?
Be good examples.
1, 2, 3, go!
Ami, Tho,
Hey, louder! See, I don't even use the microphone louder.
Ami, Tho,
We want to use the air from here to sing it out loud. So we wouldn't hurt our voice. Me, Tho. Okay, try it.
Mi,
Tho. Okay, try that one more time. 1, 2, 3, go!
Ami, Tho.
You know, we've done enough. Okay,
Can you come back here? We feed you more.
Ami, Tho. Excellent. This row.
Ami, Tho.
Front.
Ami, Tho.
Your front.
We had all lunch.
How come only you? Okay, I want to hear four of you guys. 1, 2, 3, go.
Ami, Tho.
Can we get some lunch for her? Or any snack for her? No?
I got you.
Give her some snack. Okay, give her some juice. Everyone, thank you. Your friends will support you, okay? So you say, I'm not going for her.
Do you want milk?
Okay. Okay, let's try it again.
Okay, let's make two groups.
Let's make two groups.
Two teams, okay, this team and this team.
3 teams. One, this group are the students on the left side and the parents and teachers. Okay? I want the teacher to be very active, otherwise the kids will whatever. Right? So let's go with on the left hand side first. Go!
Ami, Tho. Ami, Tho. Ami, Tho.
You're so slow! Okay, we want to do quickly, okay? No, quickly. Cannot be waiting. Just when I go, you go like that, okay? Ready? 1, 2, back! Left!
I need more pizza. More pizza.
Okay, thank you so much. The game is done. Now we watch the video. You all have a gift later, okay? Everyone will have a gift.
Everybody wins. Everybody gets a gift.
That's what you want.
Okay. Okay, so which movie would you like to see? The funny movie, the action, which is horror movie, in a sense? Funny? Okay. Before I start, by the way, these movies here were made by students your age. We taught them how to write script, we taught them how to shoot with the camera, how to do video editing, sound, and all that. So they were all made by students your age.
Saviti is a large city in ancient India. When Buddha visits Saviti, he stays at a monastery built for him. The monastery is surrounded by big trees and colorful flowers. It is very peaceful, and birds love to be near the monastery. There was a senior monk by the name of Sairakita, who also resides in Saviti city. The monk had a sister. When his sister gave birth to a son, she named the child after the monk, and he came to be known as Sairakita Bhaganaya. The sister took her newborn to be blessed by the monk.
Venerable, this is my newborn. Will you bless him?
What a wonderful child. May you be a good and happy child.
Years pass. The child has grown up and wants to join his uncle to become a monk.
Mother, I wish to join Uncle Venerable Sayurakita to become a monk.
All right, son. If that is your wish, then we shall go see our Uncle Sayurakita.
I should admit you into Sangha, a community of monks.
Young Sayurakita is now a monk. In India, the rainy season can last a few months. During this time, it can rain heavily. Most people stay inside to be safe.
Safe.
Sometime later, a friend comes to visit young Sayurakita and gifts him with 2 sets of robes.
When the rainy season is over, I will share 1 set of my robes with my uncle Sayurakita. Yes, the rainy season is over. I'm going to pay my respects to my venerable uncle with a visit. I bet my uncle will be very happy to receive my gift. Venerable uncle, won't you accept my offering of this robe?
I have enough robes and will not accept your gift.
But venerable uncle, this is a brand new robe. Won't you reconsider accepting it?
Thank you, but I have enough and won't accept your offering. Today's weather is hot. Why don't you fan me while I meditate?
Very well, venerable uncle.
The young monk felt disheartened because his uncle refused the robe.
My uncle didn't take my offering. He must not appreciate me. I'm very sad and disappointed. Maybe it's better that I leave the Sangha and live the life of a layman. What am I going to do with this robe? I know. I will sell the robe and buy a she-goat. The she-goat will breed quickly, and I will make some money. I won't become a monk anymore. Yes, that's awesome! Whee! With this money, I'll get married and raise a family.
He meets a girl and they finally get married. One year later, young Sayurakita and his wife welcome a newborn child.
Honey, we should take our newborn and pay my uncle a visit. Honey, I want to hold the baby.
Dear, please drive the car. And don't worry about the baby.
But I want to hold the baby. He's so cute.
Please, just drive the cart.
They were too busy fighting over the baby. They didn't notice that there was a rock in front of the carriage that they can run over. Young Sayurakita was really mad about his baby almost slipping out of the car and tried to hit his wife with a stick.
You were able to beat your wife. Why have you beaten an old monk?
The young monk was very much surprised and embarrassed at the words of the old monk. He also became extremely frightened, so he fled. Another young monk chased after him all over the monastery. He caught him and brought him into the presence of Buddha.
Your mind can take control over subconscious impulses. The mind can be taught to control impulsive behavior through understanding and proper communication. Also, the mind has the ability to think of an object even though it may be far away, and that one should strive hard for liberation from the bondage of passion, ill will, and ignorance.
All right. Yeah, so the video was made by, like I said, students of your age. I don't know, we have time. I think we're supposed to end at 2:40. Is that correct? Is the bus out or? Okay. Still here? Okay. So I don't, do we, okay. Are there any other comments or questions? Anything that, okay. Okay, please take the water with you, the paper, leave the pencils, and on your way out, make sure you get the gift. Yeah, if you're not use it, then you can leave it. If you like to take the water, take it with you. If you open the bottle, take the water with you.
Bro's going Super Saiyan, bro. Bro's gonna enter. Bro's entering Super Saiyan 3.
Did you just rig me? Or I was too,
My guy's Broly. This is ball. This is out. This is the ball.
Thank you.